We are live at Coletco for Wednesday night's Facebook record sale. When you're watching, thank you, welcome. Sorry we're late. I'm getting everything shared right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry we're a few minutes late, but I'll explain all that in just a second. But let's go ahead and start getting this shared. And everybody on and watching, welcome. I'll go ahead and apologize multi-times for being late on such a big and important night, such as rush night. And let's get this shared everywhere. And please go ahead and like the post, both on Facebook and YouTube. Be sure you like the post both on Facebook and YouTube. Let's get some links copied. I've got a lot of hot posts going for tonight. Really don't have any ads going, but I do have lots of hot posts going, all kinds of posts all over the place. So let me comment here and get this going. And there's the link. I'm going to put live now. And I think I've got it shared here. Yep. Let's go here, live now. Thanks everybody. When you're on, go ahead and hop on. Go ahead and hit all the thumbs up and likes buttons you can. Comment as much as you can. Say hi, say hello, say everything. Say everything you can. Go ahead and do that. Here's our other hot post. There's that. Let's see. Live now. And now let me get over here to the main page and start sharing. Not Split Rail Farms. All right. So, welcome everybody. It's Wednesday night. We've got a lot. I priced 3 crates myself last night. We've got a whole crate of auctions. We've got 2 crates of new arrivals. I have 2 crates of new vinyl. Well, actually, I've condensed it down to 1. It's the equivalent of 2, probably 3 crates of new vinyl, but I've condensed it down to 1. I'll show you more about that in just a second. Here is this, and there's that. And let's see, live now. Let me get this shared to everybody. Okay, so welcome. Wednesday night. I'm going to be kind of blabbing on for a few seconds till I get everything shared and everything posted. So I'm kind of going into circles. Let me reply to a couple people's like, I can't find the live. I'm like, I know, that's my fault, because I didn't go live at 7. But I'll explain why in just a second. Some of it's actually comical. Some of it is tragic. Some of it is frightening. We got lots of tales for tonight. But I'm done sharing on Facebook. Let me go over here on Instagram and get it shared to our story. So when I do that, I'm sharing the YouTube link. So we're also streaming live on YouTube right now, if you didn't already know that. So, sorry. Let me move the camera back just a second. I try to make the first part of the video as entertaining as possible, because if anybody ever watches the live stream, about the first 2 or 3, 5 minutes is just me telling everybody to like the post and et cetera, et cetera. But let me get posted here on our story. Let me find our hot picture from tonight. Where's our hot picture from tonight? Or at least one of them. How about we just post a picture of... There they are, the Rush albums. There we have it. All right. And live now. Okay. I'm officially shared everywhere. Where's everybody watching from tonight? I'll go ahead and get that rolling as well. Let's see where everybody's watching from tonight. It's already. What time is it? It is 8:06. The show has officially begun. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and bring up a crate of new stuff to go through. Did we go through this one last night? This is a crate of stuff from last night. Let's go ahead and go into straight new stuff. Let's go into straight new stuff. We have people watching from North Carolina, Arizona, Virginia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, right down the road. Some people you'd have to take a plane or a boat to get to their location. Some people's right down the road. Fantastic. We also got lots of new vinyl here. We got new releases in, a couple surprise restocks. Surprise restocks that we have another surprise restock of. There's my waiting list. And let me see what else I need from over here. I just thought of something else. Oh, the Japanese stuff. Let me grab some of that over here. Got a bunch of Japanese vinyl. I got 3 different sections. I've got new stuff that's ready to go. I got new stuff that was just unboxed that's ready to go. And I got stuff that's not ready to go, but we can make it ready to go. All right. Sorry for the delay, but my car's still in the shop. Tanner's without a vehicle. Tanner was lightly injured earlier today. I told him if we talk about Seth's injuries, we got to talk about Tanner's injuries too. He's down in his back right now, so he says he's pretty much useless. So Tanner's injured. I'm without a vehicle. Tanner's without a vehicle. I've been without a laptop. My laptop's been dead for 48 hours. We just got it powered back up today. So long story short, no vehicle, injuries, no electronics, and we're trying to run a business. So you can imagine we're lucky just to be here live right now. So it's been pretty crazy the last couple of days. So lots have been going on. First, let's go straight into new vinyl. So we've had a lot going on. No vehicles, no electronics, back injuries. But I do know one thing. We've got a whole lot of records to sell, which we're about to go into right now. A whole lot of records. One of the first things I'm going to put up tonight is the Claypool Linen Delirium. The Claypool Linen Delirium, monolith of photos. Is that what that says? No, phobos. The Claypool Linen Delirium, monolith of phobos. And I know this album's not in stock. I don't know if it's really not in print, but this is a $25 start. This is the Claypool Linen Delirium, monolith of phobos. $25 start, 2 LP, gold vinyl, the Claypool Linen Delirium. That's our first auction of the night. Our first record of the night is going to be Kiss Unplugged, $44.99. Kiss Unplugged. We did get a restock of Kiss Unplugged. There was 4 people on a waiting list: Travis McLarty, John Smetzer, Joey Begley, and Bill Walton. And I do have more. Kiss Unplugged is $44.99. That's a 2 LP 2014 remaster of Kiss Unplugged. If you don't have that already, I've got those in stock. Shane Berry wants one. If you're a new viewer, we've got some very hyped up pictures and records that don't come up for sale too often. So if you're new and you're watching for the first time, it's very easy to buy here. You just comment whatever you want, like Shane Berry just did. He just said Unplugged, and that means he wants to buy this. So that's sold to him, $44.99. Here's what I have left in Unplugged. We do have a bid on Claypool. Alan Totten is at $25 on the Linen Claypool or Claypool Linen Delirium. That's with Shane Berry. Unplugged, and Joe Willinger wants an Unplugged. So I have 2, 4, 5 copies of that. I've got 2 different Motorheads. Let me know exactly which one you want. I have No Sleep Till Hammersmith and 1916. No Sleep Till Hammersmith is $28.99 and 1916 is $34.99. So there's 2 Motorheads. And we have a new release from Motley Crue. They have reissued Shout at the Devil as a 40th anniversary picture disc, $33.99. The Claypool Linen Delirium is a final call for $25. Alan Totten has that for $25. $25 for that, Alan Totten. I have a Japanese pressing of Santana Z-Bop. This is a Japanese pressing. It has the original Japanese inner sleeve. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine, and we're going to start this for just $5. That is correct. Santana Z-Bop is going to be a $5 start. It's a near mint Japanese pressing with 2 inserts, Obi, nice cover, $5 start on Santana Z-Bop. So Motley Crue, Shout the Devil, 40th anniversary picture disc. I have 2 of them. Rebecca Barber wants 1. I have 1 extra. Michelle Baker Miller's at $5 on Santana. Here's one of tonight's surprise restocks. Man, great album by Pearl Jam. And I have not had this in print since I've been selling new vinyl. It's been like 2 or 3 years. I've been selling new vinyl, I guess, since 2019, pretty heavily. And that's actually 4 years, and I don't think this album has been in stock since then. If so, I was way down on the list and didn't get one. $34.99 for Backspacer Pearl Jam. $34.99. It's got a couple great songs on it I like, Amongst the Waves and The Fixer. Love that song. $34.99. I have not had that in a long time. The time that I had it, it was a used copy from a collection. So I have not had that in stock on new vinyl in quite some time. Okay, so back up to the top. We had a $5 bid on Santana. Claypool, we had a $26 bid. Santana 5, 7, and then a $10 bid. Also, we have another $10 bid on Santana, and then the first Pearl Jam is going to Darren Wortman. We have a $28 bid on Claypool. Jerry Stone gets a Pearl Jam. Santana's at $15. The Motley Crue is $33.99. Santana, we have a $15 bid. Brandon Jackson gets a Pearl Jam. Stacy Metternich gets the Pearl Jam. The Unplugged is the 2014. There's no sticker on it. No sticker on the cover. Sometimes they press these and put stickers, sometimes they don't. This one doesn't have a sticker. 2014 remaster. It is the US version, $44.99. Jesse Priest wants a Pearl Jam backspacer. David Williams is at 18 on Santana. Steve Howell wants a Pearl Jam backspacer. Santana's at 16. We's already at 18. Now Santana's at 20. We have Joe Maynard on a Pearl Jam and Mark Querom on a Pearl Jam. And I think Mark Querom got our last one. So if anybody wants a Pearl Jam, it will now be a waiting list. I kept one myself. I'm guilty of keeping one myself because I didn't have it in my collection. It's got really cool artwork on it. And not only that, it hasn't been in print in a long time. Now, like I said, I'm sure they've pressed some since 2019, but we never did get any because I think there has been so many allocations or demand for it. So it's been a long time since I've actually got a copy of that on hand to sell. This is a new Salt and Pepper. It's a Salt and Pepper's multi-platinum classic on 2LP, and that is very necessary, and that's part of the Hip Hop 50th Anniversary celebration. That is $39.99. I have 3 extra to sell. Of course, it's not easy to find original Salt and Pepper albums. There was 4 people on a pre-order for that. Kristen Seam, Stacey Brown, Kevin Blackfox, and Lisa Davidson. I have 3 extras to sell. Rebecca Barber wants one. Let's also get us updated on the Claypool Linen Delirium. This is now up for auction. The high bid is with Alan Totten at $28. Alan Totten, it's a 2LP on gold and orange or yellow and orange swirl vinyl. They actually call it gold. Alan Totten has that for $28, and that's a final call. The Santana, Michelle Baker Miller was at $20. That was the last bid I've seen on that, $20 on that. Pearl Jam is $34.99. Retro Class Entertainment, that's Rydell Martin. He wants a Salt and Pepper, and Pearl Jam is $34.99. I don't have any left, but if you want on a waiting list on that, let me know. Jared Benoit says if Brian Case doesn't want the Shout at the Devil picture disc, he'll take it. So that's pending to Jared Benoit unless Alan passes. Claypool is at $30. I've got one of these, Andrew Gold's Halloween Howls, one of our very popular Halloween albums around this time of the year. This is on bone color clear vinyl. This has the Monster Mash, Ghostbusters, Addams Family, and that is $33.99. $33.99. This is also a new release from U2. It's a 30th anniversary of Zarapa. I've only got one copy. It's on 2LP yellow vinyl, $59.99. $59.99. Let's do a final call on Santana Z-Bop. Japanese pressing, we started that at $5, and now we're at $20 with Michelle Baker Miller. That's a Japanese, very nice copy of Z-Bop. Final call on that. Brian says he's passing on the Crew, so that is sold to Jared Benoit. And then Julian, let me know if you want backing on Claypool. Alan Totten has that for $30. I did get another Kiss restock. This one has 2 hype stickers on it. Kiss Alive 3, $44.99. Kiss Alive 3. There was a few people on a waiting list for that, waiting for more of those to come in. And that was, I didn't have them copied over. I may have actually not copied them over. Let me go check on that right quick. Kiss Alive 3 is $44.99. I will read off the waiting list on that in just a second. Julian's out on Claypool, so Alan has that for $30. When I come back, I'm going to sell those. Looks like we already got a lot of people watching. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Sorry we was a little late. We're about to get the main event started, which are the auctions. And Ryan Christie, Bill Walton, and Darren Wortman. Ryan Christie, Bill Walton, and Darren Wortman. Did I already pull those out? I hope that I actually have some lives to sell. I don't know if I've pulled those out or not, Tanner. I don't think I have. So actually, I need 3 alives already out of the crate. So 3 of these have already been spoken for. They was on a waiting list. And how many do I have in here? I've got 4. I've got 4 actually. So these 3, let's set those aside. They're on the waiting list. I don't have it copied over. So I've got 1 waiting list for sale. Or excuse me, I've got 1 Kiss Alive 3 for sale. And that is going to go to Shane Berry. Shane Berry. And I know for sure I already have more on the way. So Shane, you get that one. The other 3 were already spoken for on the waiting list. Let's put David Eberly and Mark McCready on a waiting list. And we have Brian Dismore first on the Pearl Jam backspace waiting list, backspacer. Zach Elias is at 31 on Claypool. And we have Alan Totten at 32 on Claypool. Let's go ahead and sell Z-Bop for $20. Japanese pressing of that is sold to Michelle Baker Miller. That's sold for $20. So, yes, all the Rush stuff, we have that right over here. We've got quite a bit of it. We've also got other auctions that I had featured. I think I posted about 26 different hot pictures for auctions. We do have a couple Kiss albums, or at least one or two to auction, and I do have several Rush albums. Let's go ahead and do the Rush Cygnus X1. And this is actually a Record Store Day release. It's a $45 start. This was a Record Store Day release, so obviously it's not in print. Cygnus X1, Book 1, and this is a 2017 Record Store Day. I'd never seen this before. When I looked at it, I was like, what is this, some kind of bootleg live recording? It's actually a Record Store Day, so that's a $45 start. It's up for bid. I've never had it. I've never seen it, and that is a $45 start. That is one of our first Rush auctions of the night. We have a whole crate of different Rush albums over here. I think Paul's in the back pricing more. That's now up for bid. So Shane Berry got the only Kiss Alive that I had. Now we're going to start a new waiting list. David Eberly, Mark McCready, Brian Dismore got on the Pearl Jam waiting list. Zach Elias was at 31 on Claypool. Michael House on the Kiss Alive 3 waiting list. Claypool's at 32 with Alan Totten. Dominique Musolino also wants on the Pearl Jam waiting list. Claypool at 33, Rush 45, Claypool 35, Rush 50, 50, Rush 65, and Rush 60. New Dokken album. There's no hop sticker on it, but it does have a barcode over the barcode, and that means one thing. This is the indie exclusive. There was a pre-order. I believe this is on like purple looking vinyl. Dokken, Heaven Comes Down. This is their new album. It's on purple vinyl, and I don't have them marked. I think they're 30. Let me go grab my other phone. New Dokken album. We do have a pre-order on that, so I'm going to read off those names. If you haven't already, make sure you've shared the feed if you don't mind to do that, whether you can share it in a group or share it to your personal page. Or if you don't want to do that, at least go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Please hit the thumbs up button. That's pretty much helps us like a share. These are $39.99. I don't have them stickered. These are $39.99, the new Dokken. The new Dokkens are $39.99. That's what the vinyl looks like. It's like a purple-looking indie exclusive, and we have a few extras to sell. Let me read off the pre-order for that. Several people. Todd Tipton, Jen Baker, Troy Chirac, Scotty Hops, Matt Algram, Brenda Medina, Michael Ling, Brian Jones, Tracy McFadden, Eric Blake, James Bragg, Darren Wortman, and Scott Smith. That's everybody who got a new Dokken album. Let me go back up to the top where I left off. The high bid on Rush was $75 to David Eberly, Cygnus X1. David Eberly has that for $75. Claypool was at $37. David Eberly wants a new Dokken, and Tanner, those aren't marked. They're $39.99. And we have Kevin Crowell on new Dokken. And Tom G wants on the Pearl Jam backspacer waiting list. Really excited to see that come back in stock. I was going to make a post, but I thought I would do a surprise here and then probably make a post later when I know I'm getting a lot more of them. Claypool's at 38, Claypool at 39, Claypool at 40, Claypool at 42, and Rush is at 77. So I've got 3 of the new Dokkens left on purple vinyl indie exclusive, $39.99, new Dokken, and finally, this was actually delayed over a month. They finally come in. We wasn't allocated or anything. They just pushed back. I think this is one of those they didn't realize the demand. When I saw this was coming out, I was like, there's going to be a lot of people want this. One of the first times, one of the first times it's been repressed, it actually says it on the hop sticker. Available on vinyl for the first time in decades on translucent smoke-colored vinyl, $33.99. The 1979 updated collection of spooky sound effects, and that's Walt Disney's classic chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house, $33.99. By the way, Claypool's at 42, Zach Elias, you're out, and Rush is at $90, Zach is out. Let me read off the pre-order for the chilling, thrilling haunted house. Kyle Gregory, Colin Butler, Walt Cruz, Amy Hutchings, Brenda Medina, Nick Pullen, Jason Kenton, Joseph Snow, Juan Gonzalez, Jerry Stone, Lisa Davidson, Corey Wade, Tracy Miller, Jill Morse, Francis Drennan, Michelle Phillips, Bill Walton, Debbie Blair, Cynthia Herdren, and Letty Collier. And that is the chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house, $33.99. That's on purple, or actually translucent smoke vinyl. So a Halloween classic there. I've got several more in stock for $33.99. So now I can do a final call on this. The Claypool Linen Delirium, Monolith of Phobos, that's on orange, goldish, swirlish looking vinyl. Alan Totten has that for $42. That's a final call. And David Eberly is the high bidder on Rush, Cygnus X1. He has Rush for $90. That's going twice, going 3 times. The last record in this crate is Bob Marley and the Wailers, Ultimate Wailers Box. Limited edition 4LP, includes 12-page book. It's on 4 different colored vinyl, red, yellow, green, and orange, and that's a Bob Marley compilation. $69.99, Ultimate Wailers Box. I thought that was a great deal. 4 LPs with book of Bob Marley music for $69.99. Seemed like a good deal to me. The next thing I'm going to show you very quickly while we have people on, while we have several people on, I'm going to show you tomorrow night what we're going to be doing, a quick preview. I don't do this often, but tomorrow night is going to be Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd night. We have 50, 60, we might get up there around the 70, 80 mark on auctions. Well, it's probably going to be a full-length, non-stop show of nothing but Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd albums. We've got rare Led Zeppelin bootlegs and live recordings, rare Pink Floyd bootlegs and live recordings, stuff I've never seen, probably some stuff I'll never see again, at least for a long time. These are all vintage Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd concerts. San Francisco 73, Cleveland 77, some really cool stuff here. Bonzo's Last Stand. We have literally, we're going to end up having a couple crates full of Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd auctions. So make sure you're tuned in tomorrow night. We will definitely be starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It'll be probably one of those 7 to midnights, nothing but auctions. When we get to the end, if whatever we hadn't sell, I'll make it buy it now. So that's tomorrow night. Be sure you're tuned in. Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd night. It's going to be awesome. 2 of my favorite bands and nothing but auctions from them. Plus, we're going to have new vintage arrivals. We're going to have stuff just like this. We'll have new vinyl. We'll have new vintage stuff. That will be tomorrow night. So make sure you're tuned in tonight. Tonight, we've got stacks of Rush and other albums. These were actually final calls. I'm going to give them one more shot since it's our first auction. These are our first 2 auctions of the night, minus Santana. The Claypool Linen Delirium. This is a final call to Alan Totten for $42, and David Eberly has Rush for $90. I'm actually about to sell those in like 10 seconds. Jason Kenton wants the Bob Marley box set, and we have John Leal wants U2 Zooropa, and that is $59.99. We could get in some metal tomorrow night, but mostly far as auctions, it's going to be Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. And it's not just boots. We've got some Led Zeppelin albums, and we do have a lot of Pink Floyd albums. We got an original Division Bell we're going to auction. We have a couple earlier albums, and of course, mostly it's going to be those bootlegs and rare unofficials from them. So, we did get a restock of Kiss Unplugged. Here's what I have left. As y'all know, Kiss Unplugged, Kiss Alive 3, those albums, we get them, we sell out, then we just wait for the next press. $44.99 for Kiss Unplugged. But if we do have some metal and stuff, we might actually throw them into the bin. So let's go ahead and end these auctions. The Claypool Linen Delirium is sold to Alan Totten for $42, and Rush Cygnus X1 is sold to David Eberly for $90. That was our first 2 auctions of the night. Next is going to be Kiss Killers. Kiss Killers is a 1982 Dutch import. It's an EX condition. It's a $25 start. Kiss Killers. Kiss Killers is an EX condition. This is actually a Holland press. A Holland press of Kiss Killers from 1982. It's a $25 start. It has this inner sleeve, which I don't know if it's original to it or not. It looks pretty interesting. What record? Yeah, Kiss Animalize? I guess that is. What company is this? Or what label is this supposed to be? The Phonogram Catalog. A collection from the Phonogram Catalog. Interesting. So $25 start on Kiss Killers. That's up for bid. 1982 Dutch pressing. Kiss Unplugged is $44.99. Jerry, this was the only crate of new vinyl. Now, I do have 2 box sets to show, and I have an announcement on something that I sold out of. So I actually do have some more stuff to show, but just give me a second on that. Okay, let's go ahead and get this rolling. Not a lot of people said much about it in the hot, but this is a very, and actually last night we had somebody asking about this artist. The Cure. First time I've ever had this album. It's a 2004 U.S. pressing of The Cure. Long out of print. It's never been reissued. It includes 4 bonus tracks on the LP that was not on the CD reissue. $175 start. This is 2004 US press of The Cure, self-titled, 2004 US press 2LP, $175 start. The Cure. That is an extremely tough record to get. The Cure, self-titled, $175. There was 2 different people on last night asking for Cure albums, and I was like, you never know when we might find them. And guess what? I found several in the back that are out of print that we're going to be auctioning tonight. Let me go back up to the top, make sure I didn't miss anything. Kicks and Winger, those have not been delivered yet. I actually do have some of the Kicks over here, but we hadn't got the full shipment yet. Winger has shipped out. The Winger box sets are due out this week. Those hadn't been delivered yet. Killers was at 25, 25, 30, 30, 30, 38, 50, and then a $55 bid, a $60 bid, a $65, a $65, a $70 bid. We have Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith, $28.99. So Kiss Unplugged, Barry Seagrave, is that what you were claiming there? Kiss Unplugged? If so, I'll go ahead and give you one of those. Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith was $28.99. Motorhead 1916 was $34.99. Last copy of Salt and Pepper is $39.99. Mike Massey's at $175 on The Cure. Barry Seagraves did one Unplugged. Andrew Gold's Halloween House, $33.99. The new Dokken album, Heaven Comes Down, purple vinyl, indie exclusive, 3 left, $39.99. And then the Haunted House, Chilling Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House, $33.99. Steve Wright wants Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. That's so to Steve Wright. So, update on our auctions. Kiss Killers is at $70 with David Pokey, and The Cure is at $80, or $180 with Brent Riley. Let's bring up a new crate. I actually marked some stuff last night. It's a lot of new pressings, a lot of them that are still in print that we got from a collection, but they're either still sealed or lightly used. I'll start going through some of that. Actually, should I go through some of it right now? Let me go through some of it right now. I like going through crates that actually I marked because I'm very familiar with them. I can really show you what we have a lot faster. It's when you're marking records that you're selling, it's they go sometimes a lot faster because I was just marking them not too long ago, it seems like. So let's go ahead and go through this bin. So new stuff here. A lot of this is new vinyl. For those waiting for new vinyl, keep in mind, I don't have many more like new releases, but I've got a lot of sealed stuff, a lot of brand new sealed stuff from that collection we bought in Nashville, including artists as Pussifer, let's see, Primus. I've got some Radiohead over here coming up, Marillions, Kiss, Led Zeppelin. So that's some stuff I'm going to be showing in just a second. Great titles tonight. Back up to the top, The Cure was at 180, Killers is at 75, Cure at 190. The Cure was at 200, Cure at 225. The Kiss Alive 3. I did read those off, and I think, Alan Janison, you were on there. I don't have it on my paper, but if you give me a second, I will read those off in just a second. This is Metal Church, self-titled, $39.99, music on vinyl. All right, we have Jimi Hendrix. No, this is Tom Petty, Southern Accents, new and sealed, $38.99. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern Accents, $38.99. So Mike Massey's at $225 on The Cure. That's going once, going twice. Brent Roberley, let me know if you want back in. And Kiss Killers, the high bid on that is with David Pokey at $80. $80 on that. Rob Band wants a Metal Church. And we have, The Cure have a catalog number. The Cure's catalog number is B0002870-01. B0002870-01. And that was The Cure, self-titled. That's an original 2004 U.S. press, or a 2004 U.S. press. Long out of print, it's never been reissued. Now, it popped up in our Music on Vinyl catalog that a Music on Vinyl was going to come out, and then they deleted it. I think it was canceled. There's some kind of copyright problem with this album where I don't know if it's ever going to be on vinyl anytime soon. So I've said that before, and then 6 months later there's an announcement, but right now there's nothing on the horizon. Rage Against the Machine, The Battle of Los Angeles, $31.99. This has Testify on it and Guerrilla Radio, $31.99 for Rage Against the Machine. Are You Experienced? Jimi Hendrix's first album. This is actually all analog in mono. This is the UK version. There's a different track listing than the US. This has different tracks than the US. There's just like with a lot of UK, US albums back then, the UK albums had either different tracks or extra tracks because there was more singles released in the United States. That is $39.99. 9. Jimi Hendrix Blues, back-to-back Jimmys. This is $29.99. This is new and sealed, 2LP, expanded. That's pressed at QRP, $29.99. Billy Shears, new high bidder on Kiss at $85. We have Tony Barara on Rage Against the Machine. That is sold to Tony Barara. There is some Dave Matthews Band. I've got some coming up in just a second. Tony Barara got Rage Against the Machine. The high bid on The Cure is with Mike Massey. He's at $225, and that's now going twice, going 3 times. The Cure. Mike Massey has that at $225. Michael Nath first on Jimi Hendrix. Michael Nath, let me know if you want Are You Experienced or Blues. You're lucky. I had back-to-back there. You get picks on those. Chuck Edgar, you're next on Hendrix, so go ahead and let me know which one you want. And now David Polkey is the high bidder on Kiss Killers. That's an interesting inner sleeve with the Kiss Killers. It's an 82 Dutch copy. Nice jacket, EX, solid EX on the vinyl. High bid on that is $90. Brent's going to let us know which of the 2 Hendrix he wants, or he may take both. Paul McCartney, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, now out of print on gold vinyl, $33.99. Paul McCartney, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, the 2008 edition on gold vinyl. That's part of that Capitol reissue on gold vinyl. Michael Nath wants Are You Experienced? So Chuck Edgar, you were second. If that's the one you want, Mr. Nath has got it. But if you do want Jimi Hendrix Blues, it's still available. Christopher Morris wants Paul McCartney. The Cure is at $230, now $250 with Mike Massey. U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb on limited edition red vinyl. New and sealed, $36.99. $36.99 on red vinyl. And we have a Tool live unofficial, live at the Starplex Amphitheater, Dallas, Texas, 1993. That is live Tool, $36.99. Lots of claims coming in. Let's go ahead and auction off one of the Rush Grails. Let's go ahead and do it right off the bat. It's just what, our 4th or 5th auction? Let's go ahead and do it. Oh my gosh, I listened to this. First time ever I got to listen to this on vinyl. First time ever I got to listen to this on vinyl. Rush, Roll the Bones. I'm going to put that up in just a second. I got to end something first. We're not done yet though. The reason I was grabbing it because I saw an out on Killers. So Killers, Billy Shears is out. That means David Polkey has that for $90. If anybody wants in, the clock is ticking. David Polkey has that for $90. So Christopher Morris got Paul McCartney. Jack was second. IMJMV was third. Chuck Edgar is going to get the Jimi Hendrix Blues. Tony Barara gets Tool. That's sold to Tony Barara. Jason Walraven was second on Tool. Matt Ketrin is trying to bid on Rush. 1 second on that one. 1 second on that one. I'm about to put it up. I don't know why I grabbed it. I thought we had an auction. But I'm about to sell Kiss Killers. Some of them, but yeah. Guns N' Roses Unplugged. Red vinyl, $39.99. It's either red or silver, $39.99. Guns N' Roses Unplugged. This is the acoustic broadcast, 1993. That's an unofficial, $39.99. Okay, now I can sell Killers. Now I can put up Rush. Kiss Killers is sold for $90 to David Polkey. Okay, Rush, long out of print. There was like an announcement there for a while that I thought that these were going to be reprinted, but I think I figured it out. What happened is these are still where you can back order them. Like I can get into my catalog and back order these, but they're just not going to press them. I don't know what the deal is, but anything after Hold Your Fire is just not in print except for Clockwork Angels, which I have those in stock. I'm actually going to put some Rush stuff on sale tonight. If you missed out on that, the last time we put them on sale, and tomorrow night during Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd night, we're going to have new Pink Floyd and new Led Zeppelin vinyl on sale. So Rush is $155 start. Rush is $155 start. This is the 2015 200 gram. Now this was only pressed on 200 gram, to my knowledge. I meant to ask Paul to make a note of that. I'm pretty sure Counterparts, Roll the Bone, Snake and Arrows, those never did have 180 gram reissue. So what's happened recently is they've repressed like Fly By Night and Hemispheres and those albums, and they've done them on 180. These have never really seen a repressing in a long time. I don't know exactly when the last time a stamper came down on these, but it's been a long time. And I've listened to it. It's dead near mint. It has the insert with it or the inner sleeve. It's, it has actually an inner sleeve. It has an inner sleeve and then a polyline sleeve. Beautiful sounding record. Roll the Bones. Not in print. Hasn't really been reissued until that time. Now, trying to find these, is like, I don't know, like they'll pop up for sale, but they either get grabbed, or if they're for sale, they're overseas or something. They don't come in too often. That's a 2015 200 gram US pressing, official, pressed at QRP. That's another great thing about these. They're pressed at QRP. Okay, so there's the first Rush album, Roll the Bones. Back up to the top, The Cure was at 260. The Cure was at 275. David Tate got Guns N' Roses. James Rayner was second. Now, Tanner asked just a second ago, he said, do we want to take waiting list for these? Because this is from a collection, but some of these we still have in stock. Like I know I have another Guns N' Roses Unplugged if we want to take down James Rayner's name. I know for sure it's around here somewhere. So this one sold to David Tate. James, I can still get you one. The Cure's at $290 with Jeff McMaster. The Cure's at $305 with Mike Massey. Ivan, this is live right now, yes. Rush is at 160, 165, 175, 170, 180 on Rush, 200 on Rush. The Cure's at 315, Rush is at 215, 240, 250, 260, and The Cure's at 325. So we got Tom Petty left. We have U2 on red vinyl. That has Vertigo on it and City of Blinding Lights. That was a limited edition red vinyl. And we have Dave Matthews Band, Walk Around the Moon, sealed, just $19.99. This is sealed for just $19.99. I think that's Dave Matthews Band newest album. That's Dave Matthews Band, $19.99. Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney, $29.99, the new expanded. Like I said, there's a lot of new vinyl on here sealed, and I've got them priced much less than the original MSRPs like this. I think when this came out, it was supposed to be $59.99 new. This is still sealed. I've got it for $29.99. Red Rose Speedway, I think that's an expanded edition. It's a 2 LP, it includes a newly remastered plus unreleased B-sides and singles. Yeah, just $29.99 on that, and it is sealed. So Rush was at $260. The Cure was at $325. Jack, the Chaos and Creation is out of stock on gold vinyl. I think I can get it on black vinyl, but it's out of stock on gold or out of print, I think, now. Shakedown got Dave Matthews Band. Tom Sullivan's out on Rush. Tim's out on Roll the Bones. Nat, you were second on Dave Matthews. Stephen was third. IMJMV wants the Paul McCartney. That's so to IMJMV. Luke's also out on Rush. Gary Samuels, you were fourth on Dave Matthews Bound. And Jeff McMaster is out on The Cure. Get ready for craziness on the Rush albums. It's going to be wild when I put up a couple others that are out of print. This has got to be one of the more desirable albums from that era that hasn't been repressed in a long time on vinyl. Last night I mentioned Alice in Chains Unplugged. I mentioned Tool Anima. If you were to make a great list of stuff that hadn't been pressed in a long time, those later Rush albums would be way up there. The amount of collectors, and there's none available, that's a recipe for a lot of demand. Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, that's new and sealed, $36.99. Iron Maiden is sealed, $36.99. And Pussifer on white vinyl, opaque white vinyl, Pussifer is $39.99. That is sealed. That is sealed. Okay, so Jeff's out on The Cure. This is a 2004 pressing, long out of print. This album's never been reissued too. Mike Massey has it for $325, final call. And now Rush, we've seen a slowdown. Pete Weisgarber has that for $260, going once, going twice to Pete Weisgarber. There's still several people that's in that has not set out. Shakedown's going to pass on the Dave Matthews Band, so give that to Nat Reynolds instead. Nat Reynolds, you get the Dave Matthews Band. You get the Dave Matthews Band. Next was Jason Walraven. He gets Pussifer. And James Lugwood wants Iron Maiden. G. Michael, you were second on Iron Maiden. Now, I actually I may have more of those in our bin. I'm not for sure, but we'll keep an eye out for G. Michael on Iron Maiden Seventh Son. Tony Brar, you were second on Pussifer. And we've got new and sealed Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, Analog Productions, $69.99. Analog Productions, 100% analog mastering, and that is $69.99. $69.99, Texas Flood. David Howard says you can give him $50 and he'll stop watching the show so he won't bid on any Rush albums. Wow, that might be a good deal. You can buy out his interest. Never seen anybody offer their interest up before, David. Tony Brar, you were second on Pussifer. Brent's out on Rush, and I think we're done on The Cure. So the Rush is a final call. I may sell those both at the same time. This, really good deal on this, $34.99. I think $34.99. I think the original MSRP was $59.99. It's still sealed. It's the Revolver, the new remix, and it has a t-shirt, size large. That is $34.99 from Target. It's a limited edition vinyl, or limited edition set. The vinyl, I don't know, is quote so much limited edition, but it has a large T-shirt with it. $34.99. $34.99. Zach is at $330 on the Cure. Mike Massey's at $350. That means I think we had an out on Rush. Just want to remind everybody, Pete Weisgarber has that for $260. Roll the bones. Sounds amazing. We were almost done on the Cure. It's now at $350 with Mike Massey. Kiss, Creatures of the Night. This is a 2014 remaster. It is opened. It's near mint. That is $34.99. Kiss, Creatures of the Night. $34.99 on that. Creatures of the Night, 2014 remaster. The Rolling Stones. This is $29.99. 2LP expanded on clear vinyl. That is Goat Head Soup with the original cover. Goat Head Soup, clear vinyl, $29.99. Goat Head Soup, clear vinyl, $29.99 on that. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits. This is sealed, $24.99. Smash Hits is sealed, $24.99. The Jimi Hendrix Experience, $24.99. That is sealed. And Steely Dan Countdown to Ecstasy, and that is $34.99. Yes, this is a misprint. This is a misprint on the Revolver. It says Revolver. Revolver. How could you mess up the typeface on a release by the Beatles? Somebody had to have got fired. So that is Revolver. Okay. So Mike Massey has Mike Massey has the Cure for $350. Zach's out. So now a final call to Mike Massey, $350. Tom Sullivan has bid $261 on Rush. Pete Weisgarber says he's out. Tom Sullivan, your $1 bump may have done it. $261 to Tom Sullivan. Final call. We're back at final calls on both of those again. Grateful Dead, Anthem of the Sun, 50th anniversary remaster, $29.99 for Grateful Dead, Anthem of the Sun, and Iron Maiden Power Slave. That's new and sealed for $29.99. $29.99. So did I miss a claim? Christopher Morris wanted the Rolling Stones. That's sold to Christopher Morris. And we have Pink Floyd, The Wall. This is actually, this is open, very clean copy. Near mint, $39.99. And I actually put $49.99 on there, but it's supposed to be $39.99. Pink Floyd, The Wall, $39.99. I think these are all spoken for already. Waiting list, okay. Let's see here. Pete's out on Rush. We're about to sell both of these auctions. Dominique Musolino wants the Iron Maiden, and Barry Seagrave wants Pink Floyd. And Tanner, make sure that goes in for $39.99. All right, we're selling two Grails right now. Let's sell Rush for $261 to Tom Sullivan. And let's sell The Cure to Mike Massey for $350. Those were eventful, as I expected. Those are eventful. Let me go grab two new ones. We got a lot of Rush stuff to get to, and I have some stuff by the band Pussifer, which this is live. The Burger Barns live in Phoenix. This is a $65 start. This is a Record Store Day release, limited edition that's never been repressed on red vinyl. That's Pussifer's The Burger Barns live in Phoenix. Red vinyl. Pussifer is a $65 start. That's now up for auction. Our next Rush title is going to be Presto, 200 gram. This is the 200 gram Presto. So this album officially starts the era of Rush albums that are not in print. It starts with Presto all the way up through Clockwork Angels, and then that one's in print. So all that era of Rush is not in print. This is one of them. It's a 2015 US 200 gram remaster, $75 start. $75 start on that. Joe Willinger is going to get the Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's sold to Joe Willinger. That's sold to Joe Willinger. We have a $65 bid on Pussifer. And our next release is Fleetwood Mac Alternate Live, sealed, $34.99. This is sealed from Record Store Day, $34.99. Pussifer is at $68. Rush is at $80, $80, and $85. Paul McCartney, Half-Speed Master of Wildlife, $24.99. Wings Wildlife, Paul McCartney. That's the sealed Half-Speed Master, $34.99. The original MSRP on those were like $39.99, I think. $24.99 on that. And we have a sealed Grateful Dead box set, $69.99. Grateful Dead, Fillmore West, 1969. That was originally a Rhino Start Your Ear Off Right, 2022. $69.99. It's still new and sealed. New and sealed Grateful Dead. All right, so Pussifer, 65. Pussifer, 68. Rush, 80. Rush, 80. Rush, 85. Jack Suslak wants FM for Fleetwood Mac, and John Lill wants PM for Paul McCartney. Pussifer was at 70. IMJMV, you were second on Paul McCartney. And I have The Cure, $29.99. This is Entreat Plus. The cure is $29.99. Well, that bin got pretty much wiped out. If anybody wants on the waiting list, we'll have more of these coming later this week. The new Rolling Stones album on indie exclusive clear vinyl. If you want on a waiting list, which means we're not going to actually put your name on one of them right now, we will put your name on one of them whenever they actually show up, and then you'll get invoiced the following Monday, which will be this upcoming Monday. We should have those by Friday. $38.99. $38.99. Need another bin like that. I have 2 more of them, and then I've got 2 other bins of new vintage arrivals. So I've got 2 others like that. First, let me go ahead and recap this bin. Zach Elias gets the cure. Let me update everybody in our auctions. Jason Wall Ravens at 70 on Pussifer. That's less than what I originally had it stickered. I actually had this in the bin. I went ahead and decided to put it out and auction it, and I have it marked, or did have it marked more for that. Jason's at 70. Update on Rush, Presto. Luke Shellbauer has that for 85. Luke Shellbauer has that for 85. Edward Star Wars wants on the Rolling Stones. Here's what's left in this bin. New and sealed, Tom Petty, $38.99. U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. Red Vinyl, limited edition, $36.99. Edward wants on the Stones waiting list. Kiss, Creatures of the Night. This is actually supposed to be $24. I think I did a misstrike on my price gun. This is $24.99, not $34.99. So Creatures of the Night is $24. I mean, these new would be $33. So yeah, this is supposed to be $24.99. Near mint, Creatures of the Night. So that's a price change. I just looked on the back of that and was like, I think I said 34 earlier, and I was like, that's not right, because if these were new, they're normally 33. So that was a misstrike. I put 30 instead of 20. So this is now sold to David Tate, $24.99. There's a quick $10 discount. That's sold to David Tate, $24.99. Barry Seagrave, you were second. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits, that's new and sealed, $24.99. And Steely Dan Counting Down to Ecstasy, that's the new remaster, sealed, $36.99. The Beatles Revolver, that's the album, remastered, and a t-shirt, sealed, Target exclusive box set, $34.99. Grateful Dead, Anthem of the Sun, $29.99, 50th anniversary remaster. And Fillmore West is $69.99. Fillmore West, 1969, March 1st, Grateful Dead box, Rhino, Star Your Ear Off Right. There have been no other bids on these auctions. So this Tanner is sold to Jason Wall Raven for $70. That was Pussifer. There's the original sleeve that I had in it. And Presto, there's a couple people that set out. No one ever bid again. Presto was sold for $85 to Luke Shellbauer, the 200-gram version of that. The 200-gram. I only had 1 copy of Entreat, Boontar. Only had 1 copy of that. Before I grab our next crate, let me go ahead and show our next auctions. Let's do, what do we have here? What do we have here? This is Rush Live in St. Louis, 1980. This is actually a 2015 live unofficial. And let's go ahead and do the Green Day Kerplunk. So first we have Rush Live in St. Louis, 1980. This is a 2015 unofficial. It's a live concert from Rush, February 11th, 1980. That's going to be a $25 start. $25 start on Rush. Next, we have Green Day Kerplunk. This is a 1996 U.S. press. This is going to be a $65 start. It's in shrink wrap with the original inner sleeve and lyric sheet. Green Day Kerplunk. Wow, never had this before. A 1996 U.S. pressing, $65 start. It's in shrink wrap, and it has the original inner sleeve and lyric insert. Let me show you those right now. Very cool here. This was actually in the hot post for tonight's sale. There's the inserts with it, original inner sleeve and lyric insert. Very cool there. So got a couple of other great auctions going there. Let me take a peek at this other crate that I didn't price, and I'm going to make a determination of what I want to show first. I actually may go ahead and show this crate here, the stuff that I went ahead and marked that I'm very familiar with. And this is some lightly used LPs. There's some new stuff in here that I think that's still sealed. And this is all stuff that Chad marked. That's me, a Chad crate. We have Paul crates, we have John crates. Every once in a while there's a rare Chad crate when I actually, usually I just get auctions ready. But sometimes I go ahead and mark stuff, especially if it's already kind of cleaned and it's sealed and ready to go. Okay, sorry I muted my mic there. I have 1 extra of these to sell. Yeah, I'm sold out of the Motley Crue. I have 1 extra to sell, so I better show it. Nirvana, 30th anniversary in utero box set, $324.99. $324.99. 3 people pre-ordered it with us. Mike Massey, James Bragg, and Michael McDowell. Mike Massey, James Bragg, and Michael McDowell. That's Nirvana in utero, 30th anniversary edition. I have one extra to sell, $324.99. Super Deluxe edition, 8 LPs. 8 LPs. 72 tracks, 53 unreleased live tracks. Wow. In utero, 5 B-sides and bonus tracks, newly remastered and unreleased. 2 unreleased concert, Los Angeles 1993 and Seattle 1994. 48-page hardcover book with unreleased photos and 6 bonus live tracks from the In Utero Tour. It has collectibles. It has an Angel acrylic panel, an Angel mobile, a Fancy tour poster litho, 3 gig flyers, 2 ticket stubs, all access tour laminate, and 4 backstage cloth sticky passes. Wow. That is a lot of material. $324. I have one extra to sell. Nirvana in utero, 30th anniversary box set. That has 72 tracks, 53 unreleased, 8 albums, 8 LPs, 2 full release concerts, books, and lots of collectibles. I have one extra to sell. Whoop, I thought it was falling off the table, but it's an optical illusion. Okay, let's get back up to the top and see where I left off. The last thing I answered was Boontar. I do not have any more in treat. And then Rush was at 25, Green Day 65, Green Day 75, Rush 30, Green Day 65, Rush 30, Green Day 70, Green Day 71, 70, 75, 75, Rush 31, Green Day 76, Green Day 100, Green Day 85. The Wasp box sets will be either tomorrow or Friday. We have Rush 35, Green Day 105, Rush 37, Green Day 125. Brent Robley is going to take that last Nirvana box set. Thank you. Also, we have a waiting list going for Pearl Jam Backspacer. Pearl Jam Backspacer, was this one that wasn't, did I hand you too many or something, or is that just a reminder? Because we sold out of those, Pearl Jam Backspacer. But if anybody wants on that waiting list, let me know. I hope that's not mine from behind the counter. It may be. Let's not sell that. I really want to open that up and listen to it tonight. Rush is at 37, Green Day 125. Give me 1 second, I'll show you what we have up for auction. First is Elton John. This is a 1973 pressing of his self-titled album. It's very clean. It's on the black MCA label, $14.99. The cover's in about VG condition. $14.99, that's Elton John. It's a 73 pressing of that. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, $19.99. $19.99, that's a 2018 version of that. Kate Bush, Hounds of Love. And Jimi Hendrix, The Concerts, $24.99 from 1982. This is a 2 LP, the Jimi Hendrix Concerts, $24.99. So, Green Day is up for auction. Green Day Kerplunk is a, let me find my sticky note. Green Day Kerplunk is a 1996, I believe is what I said, original pressing with the shrink wrap, inner sleeve, and insert. Lost my sticky note. That is now up for bid. And Rush is a live unofficial 1980. That's a live Rush concert. We have Henry Pardidas. This came in on that at 38. So Green Day Kerplunk shrink wrap has the inner sleeves, extremely nice vinyl. That is now up for bid. It's actually up for a final call because Shane Devers is at 125. Brent Robley got the Nirvana box set. Craig Ruth wants Kate Bush. That has Running Up That Hill on it, by the way. Rush is now at 38. Chris Bijak wants Jimi Hendrix, and John Lill is at 39 on Rush. Are You Experienced? $19.99. 180 gram pressed to QRP. Are You Experienced? $19.99. That's Jimi Hendrix. And King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King. A 2010 200 gram, $24.99. It's near mint. It's lightly used. It's pretty much a new copy, though. It's like, looks unplayed. Most of these in here from this collection, they're fairly new records that the guy took extremely fantastic care of. That is a 200 gram remaster of that, $24.99. Kiss is $24.99. That's their self-titled debut, 2014 remaster, Kiss self-titled. Okay, now we're on a final call on Green Day. Shane Devers has that for $125. I'm about to sell it. That's Kerplunk. And Rush, live in St. Louis, That was at 38, then 39 with John Leal. Ryan Willis wants King Crimson. Thank you, Paul. Paul just brought us a couple more crates. He's heading out. He just brought us a couple more crates. Fantastic. King Crimson is sold to Ryan Willis. Pete Weisgarber was second. Clay Moore first on Kiss. So those are all gone. That just leaves Jimi Hendrix and Elton John left in the bin. I don't say that too often. Pussifer, Donkey Punch the Night, $59.99. I was thinking about putting this up for auction, but guess what? It's a buy it now. Pussifer is $59.99. Donkey Punch the Night, $59.99 Pussifer. That's a first come, first serve. And I have another 200 gram remaster, 200 gram King Crimson in the Wake of Poseidon. That is $24.99, $24.99. All right, let's go ahead and sell Green Day to Shane Devers for $125. Rush is at $40, $40, $41, $42. And I'm going to go ahead and grab our next Rush auction. Our next Rush, I almost sound like I said Russian auction. Our next Rush, this is not Russian, this is Rush. They're from Canada. They're from Canada, not Russia. This is a $65 start. This is also not in print. There's several Rush live albums that also are not in print anymore, kind of later in their catalog. This is one of them. It's called Feedback. This is actually covers they did, or it's actually not live. It's covers they did. When I first look at it, I think it's live just because it's got the Fillmore-looking poster. It's a $65 start. It's on 200 gram, and this is covers of songs they did from 66 to 67, songs that were recorded. So they're doing Crossroads, they're doing Mr. Soul, Shapes of Things, The Seeker, For What It's Worth, Summertime Blues. So this is a Rush covers album from right around that Summer of Love era, 66 and 67. And that's not in print. This is actually the first time I've ever had this album. It's a 200 gram remaster, $65 start. That's something a lot of people's missing in their Rush collection too. Feedback. Feedback. That is called Feedback, isn't it? Make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, Feedback. Okay. All righty. So we had, well back up to the top, I showed a Pussifer album. I guarantee it's sold, and it is, to Jason Walraven. Jason Walraven got Pussifer. Toby Grimm was second. We was at 41. Uh-oh, I've got two Rush up for bid. Oh, timeout. Timeout. I got two different Rush albums up for bid. Timeout. I've made a major mistake. I got two Rush albums for bid. Let me figure out where we were at on this one. How about if you want to bid on this one, put Feedback, please. If you're bidding on Feedback, put Feedback until I get this other one sold. I just realized I got two Rush albums. Messed up there. John Leal was at 41 on Rush. John Porter was at 42 on this Rush. Gary Samuels, you were third on Pussifer. And Jared wants to put back the Shout at the Devil picture disc. He pre-ordered the box set. You did. I'm going to show those in just a second. So he got the picture disc earlier. He wants to put it back because he's already got the box set. J.C. Priest got this King Crimson. Brian Arrigo, the first King Crimson's already sold. Michael House wants Jimi Hendrix. This is sold to Michael House. Feedback was at 68, 70, 75, 75, 75, 75, 80, 84, 80, 85, 100. Chris Gardner's at 44 on the Rush Live. Chris Gardner's at 44 on the Rush Live. Feedback 86. Out, and all the Pussifers are gone. So, just for clarification, this Pussifer is sold to Jason Walraven. Yeah, Jason Walraven got this Pussifer. That one is sold. Then King Crimson is sold to Jesse Priest, and Michael House got Jimi Hendrix. Now, I've messed up and put two Rush albums up for auction. However, if you want to bid on this one, put Rush Live like Chris Gardner did. This is an unofficial live recording, 1980 St. Louis. Chris Gardner has it for $44.99. Or excuse me, he has it for $44. I want to put that 99 on the end of everything. He's at $44. That's going twice, going three times. Feedback, if you want to bid on this Rush album, please put Feedback. Sorry for having two up. And Jody Ruffner has that for $100. $100 is where he's at on that. It's a near mint 200 gram remaster. Those are both actually going once, going twice. Back to the bin. Another King Crimson, $24.99. This is Lizard. It's another 200 gram remaster, $24.99. The Motley Crue picture disc, David, is $33.99. $33.99. That King Crimson is $24.99. And we have Kiss. Now, this is actually a Back to Black 60th anniversary. This is not part of that 2014 remaster. And I'm pretty sure I opened it. It was in a resealable baggie. And when I started opening it, I realized how much I messed up because I'm pretty sure it had never been opened. But the sleeve was kind of dingy, so I went ahead and took it out of that resealable bag. I kept the hop sticker. I cut out the hop sticker and kept it. But that's Kiss Alive, and that's a different version than what we normally have. That's a remaster from Back to Black, a 60th anniversary, not of the album, but of, I guess, Back to Black, premium audiophile pressing. So basically, that's new, $39.99. Christopher Brush is at $105 on feedback. Mr. Rufford, you are outbid. Ryan Willis is going to get King Crimson. Rob Scheffler, you were second. We now can do a final call on this Rush album, which is with Chris Gardner at $44. I'm about to sell it. King Crimson Lizard goes to Ryan. David Tate wants the picture disc that's being put back. And Sean Holford gets Kiss Alive. So this is pretty much new. I took a peek at the vinyl, and I pulled out one sleeve because I was like, well, if this is new, I can tell when I look at it. The inner sleeves were turned the right way, and it looked like it was brand new. So I think I opened that, so it was pretty much sealed. That's pretty much a new copy of Alive. So to Sean Holford. Here's another King Crimson, another 200-gram remaster. This is $24.99. Larks, Tongues, and Aspic, $24.99. 200-gram remaster. Let's go ahead and sell this to Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner gets the Rush live album for $44. And now feedback is a final call. Jody Ruffner's out. Christopher Brusha has Rush feedback at $105. Final call. Final call. Let's see what else we have over here. So in my first auction bin, I've got Rush, 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 the Rancantors. I've got another Green Day, and somebody asked for me to do The Cure kind of early. So let's do The Cure. This is another Cure album, a 2010 US remaster, $35 start. $35 start, 2010 remaster, The Cure, Disintegration. This album is in print, but I don't order it because it's an import only, and it's really pricey. And I probably should order at least one because a lot of people ask for it. There's probably people that would still want it for that import price. But I'm just kind of waiting a US repress, but it's still been a tough album to get lately. The Cure, Disintegration, $35 start. $35 start on The Cure. That's now up for bid. Now, we had feedback out. And Brian Arrigo put JC, and then he put KC. I think Brian Arrigo was first to this next King Crimson. Brian Arrigo was first to this next King Crimson. Brian C was next. Put down Kevin Jordan, second on the Wasp box. Does that mean, Kevin, you want two of the Wasp box sets? Does that mean you want two of them? Because I think I've got you down already for one. Scott Jokumstaller, third on King Crimson. The Cure, 35, 35, 40. Zach Elias, new bidder on feedback for 110. And The Cure, 45, 50, 55. So we're still going on Rush, new bid, and The Cure is available. Led Zeppelin. This is now just, or is just $39.99. This is the 3LP alternate version, or I should say deluxe version. This has actually got a full Led Zeppelin concert with it. So it's the album remastered, and you get a 2LP live, I think it's in Paris, Olympia, Paris, a famous live recording, $39.99. And that's new. These new are $59.99. This is opened. It's near mint. It's got that complete live 69 concert they did, $39.99. That's Led Zeppelin Deluxe. Christopher's backing on Rush for $115. Marillion, Season's End, is $34.99. Marillion has a pretty noticeable seam split, a seam crackle up here. That's Marillion, Season's End, $34.99. So not many official Led Zeppelin concerts released. You get Song Remains the Same, you get BBC Sessions, you get How the West Was Won, and then they officially released Olympia as the deluxe here on this. So that's pretty cool. That's so to Stephen A. Young. If you like Led Zeppelin records, I hope you're watching tomorrow. There's one Marillion, and I'm going to show both of these Guns N' Roses at the same time. These are sealed, $39.99. Use Your Illusion 1 and Use Your Illusion 2. Guns N' Roses, those are sealed. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Zach is out on feedback. That means Christopher Brusha has this for $115. Final call on Rush feedback, and The Cure Disintegration is at $70 with Sarah Long. Zach, you were second on Led Zeppelin. There's Guns N' Roses. And I'm going to go ahead and show this Bob Dylan box. This is Bob Dylan and the band, The Basement Tapes Raw, $79.99. The Basement Tapes have existed in many different versions, from bootlegs to an official release in 1975, but here they are for the first time, Raw, original and untouched with no overdubs, sounding as close as possible from the 67 sessions that spawned the legend. $79.99 for Bob Dylan. That is sold to Michael Nath. That is gone. That's sold to Michael Nath. I'm going to go ahead and show the other Marillion, so no one took the first one. This is Marillion Best Live. This is $74.99. Marillion Best Live, $74.99. Craig's out on the Cure. Michael Nath got Bob Dylan. James Rayner wants Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 1. That one has November Rain on it. That's sold to James Rayner. Let's go ahead and sell Rush Feedback to Christopher Brusha for $115. Zachy Lice wants Marillion's Best. And now the Cure is at $70 to Sarah Long. That's a final call. Chris, I think there is a Blueberry Hill. There's over, well, we have an entire crate of Led Zeppelin records. That is equivalent of 60 or 70. So, and they're pretty much all different live or different versions of live recordings. All right, one Rush down. Let's go ahead and sell another Rush Grail. This is Counterparts. I listened to this one last night. This is the 2015 200-gram remaster. This is the US 200-gram remaster. It's near mint. Paul's looked at it. I've looked at it and test played it. $195 start. $195 start on that. $190. That's Rush Counterparts. Next record is Primus, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, a 2008 pressing. That is $74.99. $74.99. That is Primus, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, 2008. $74.99. That's a 2008 pressing. Radiohead fell over. Let me go ahead and show it then. This is Radiohead Kid A. Radiohead Kid A. This is a 2008 pressing, $39.99. $39.99. This is Radiohead Kid A, $39.99. So be careful, these Radiohead albums. They've used the same barcode on Radiohead albums, I think on all of them, since the original releases. So when you scan this, it comes up everything from the original first pressing all the way through the most recent. And this is a 2008 version of Kid A, $39.99, Radiohead, $39.99. Okay, Sarah said, Craig, you can have the Cure if you want it. Craig says he's good. So let's do a final call. Sarah Long has the Cure Disintegration. That's a 2 LP, $70. That's a final call. Tony Barrar wants Primus. And David Howard, the other Marillion that's left is called Season's End. It's $34.99. It has one seam crack on the top. It is near mint. $34.99. Tom Sullivan's at $195 on Rush. Tom's at $195 on Rush. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've kept the hype sticker. This is cut from the original analog master tapes, $34.99. Recut for vinyl from the original analog master tapes, and that is Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Red Hot Chili Peppers is $34.99. I have another Radiohead, Hail to the Thief. Radiohead is $29.99. That's a 2016 version. So there's two Radioheads in there. And I've never had a used copy of this. And this is the only way this has been reissued as this box set. Led Zeppelin is $99.99. That's the 4 LP standard remaster reissue of The Song Remains the Same. Of course, as y'all know, that was originally a 2 LP. They have never reissued it as a 2 LP. When Led Zeppelin did their big Jimmy Page remaster, they made this into a box set, and that's the only way you can get it. And there's actually a bigger version. This is the standard $99.99, sold to Michael Nath. All right, we've already done a final call on the Cure. No one else bid, so that's sold to Sarah Long for $70. And we're going to do a final call on Rush. Are you kidding me? One bid, $195, Tom Sullivan. Final call. Tom Sullivan has that for $195. Let me recap this bin and let me go grab another record. So what do we have up? Rush. Let me not do what I did last time and grab another one. Let's do one of the other Green Days. This is an original 2000 green translucent vinyl EX, just because it has one side, a mark on side one that does not affect play. This is an $85 start. Green Day, Warning. Never had this before either. That's saying something. It's like, when I say we're selling a record for the first time, that tells me it's scarce, rare, just uncommon for as many collections and the tens of thousands of albums we go through a year for not to ever had something before. Pretty incredible. Green Day, Warning, an original 2000 US pressing, green translucent vinyl. So there's a mark on side one right here. It's a scuff. That's the only thing that's wrong with it. It's definitely a non-feeler, and Paul says it does not affect play. So EX, just because of that mark. It also has a lyric insert with it. So it has an insert, has a nice cover, green translucent vinyl. That's now up for bid. Okay, back up to the top. Michael Nath got Led Zeppelin. Marty Ellis is in on Rush at $210. Mike Bolton got Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's sold to Mike Bolton, Red Hot Chili Peppers. So we did have a new bid on Rush, another bid on Rush, another bid on Rush. Green Day's at 90 and 100. So that crate got almost wiped out. That leaves Elton John, a 1973 pressing of his first album, $14.99. $14.99. Elton John. This has the Border song on it. Also, Your Song is on here, $14.99. It's a VG cover, very clean vinyl, $14.99. One Guns N' Roses left, Use Your Illusion 2, $39.99. That's new and sealed. Radiohead Kid A, 2008, $39.99. That is near mint. Marillion, Season's End, the only Marillion, $34.99. And Radiohead is $29.99, 2016. Daniel, these are all sticker price. Appreciate the offer. These are all sticker price. I'm going to put these right here behind me. They're still available. We got lots more albums to get to. I'm also about to sell a Queen box set. I've got Queen's entire catalog on colored vinyl. I hope y'all are ready for that. I've got it stickered actually to sell, but we may just go ahead and put it up for auction. I'll kind of cut that original price and make sure that everybody gets a fair chance at it, because I know several people have asked about it since they've seen it in a couple of videos that I made about this collection, or hot pictures. Let's grab one of these crates that Paul just brought up. Pretty sure Paul just brought up, actually he was the only one here today, so all three of these crates are from Paul. Paul's brought 3 crates, they're all from him. They're all from him, so I forgot John's off today, so actually there's another. Wow, we've got 4 crates from Paul, and I've still got a one that I've marked, and we got a lot of auctions. So let's get to it. Let's go through this crate right here he just brought up. We've got a lot of stuff to go through. So Tom's at $232 on Rush. I almost said Grateful Dead. Green Day was at $105. And let's see here. So Rush Counterparts. This is Rush Counterparts. The jacket is very solid. I mean, of course, it's a fairly new album, but I mean, it just shows a little bit of wear right here. Very minor, like ring wear here and there, and on the back. So the jackets, you know, for a new copy like this, VG+, and the vinyl is near mint. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just, you know, flawless, 200 gram. There's nothing wrong with this. I listened to this album last night. I don't know the full story on Rush's remastering, but they did an amazing job. Everything from the first album all the way through these albums from the 90s here, just incredible sounding music. Plus, just Rush, you know, their music in general is already well recorded, and just hearing it remastered is amazing. This also includes, yeah, look at that. Look for these Rush titles on 200 gram. I wish they were still available. There they are. Roll the Bones, Presto, Counterparts, Test for Echo. So the only thing really missing in this collection was Snakes and Arrows and Test for Echo. We don't have any of those, unfortunately. So there's the original insert. There's the 200 gram inserts. There's the cover. The vinyl is mint minus, near mint plus, whatever you want to call it. Near mint minus, I guess at the worst. So Green Day was at a 125. Rush is at 232. And Green Day's at 126. Let's go through this crate here. Marillion, Brief Encounter. Marillion is $19.99. Brief Encounter. Looks like a 5-track. It has Fugazi on here. Is this live or something? Marillion is $19.99. John Lill's at $234 on Rush. King Crimson, wow. An exceptionally clean 1970 original Phillips press, $44.99. If you missed out on the 200 grams, here is an original 4-digit 1841 Broadway Richmond press of King Crimson Lizard, and that is a very nice looking copy. I love the artwork on that one. $44.99. $44.99. Pearl Jam 10, $39.99. Almost marked this one, but it just needed a light wipe down. It had some dust on it. I gave it to Paul. He's cleaned it up. It's near mint, and that's $39.99. Pearl Jam 10, and this is called Redo. It's got the original mix, and it has a new mix. So there's 2 different versions of Pearl Jam's classic 10 album in here. $39.99. Shane's at $135 on Green Day. Daniel Booziden's out, so Shane Devers has Green Day for $135, going once, going twice. John Leal bid $234 on Rush. David Howard wants Marillion. Rush is at $238, and we have Peter Frampton's Story. This is actually a Japanese pressing, Peter Frampton Story. It's a greatest hits, $29.99. The Peter Frampton Story. That's an original Japanese pressing. It's a Peter Frampton greatest hits. First track is Show Me the Way, Japanese pressing, $29.99. Paul Brothers wants 10. That leaves King Crimson and Peter Frampton. I just showed Peter Frampton. And Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? A 2012 U.S. pressing, $29.99. Regarded now as one of the greatest albums of all time. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? $29.99. All right, John Leal's out on Rush. Tom Sullivan has that for $238. That's a final call to Tom Sullivan. And now Green Day's a final call. I'm going to do that like I did The Cure earlier and sell both of those at the same time. Shane Devers has Green Day for $135. If you're a new viewer, very easy to buy. If you see something in the bin, these are buy it nows. These are not auctions. These are a first come, first serve. These have never been put out. They're from a recent collection we've bought. It's like you're virtually record shopping. That's what you're doing. These are a first come, first serve. Whoever's first gets it. There's been 3 people claim this one. IMJMV was first. We're streaming on Facebook and YouTube. If you're new, you don't have to pre-register anything. Just comment whatever you want to buy. If you saw something earlier you want to get that's still available, let me know. And then these are auctions. These are auctions. These are bids. There's no time limit. We eventually sell them, but we make sure everybody's done bidding and everybody's had a fair chance, and then we sell them. James Lodewood wants Peter Frampton. Somebody's got to get the OG and King Crimson. That's amazing music. Thank you, David. $7 in limited shipping. We do this every night. We start on Monday and we go through Saturday. $7 in limited shipping. Albert Collins with the Barrel House Live. Now we're getting into some stuff from the Pittsburgh collection. $24.99, a 1979 Dutch pressing of Albert Collins with Barrel House Live. $24.99. Some blues there. And we have Joey Bad ASS, $99.99. A 2008 U.S. pressing, first official pressing of this album, $99.99. Rush is sold to Tom Sullivan for $238, and we have Green Day sold for $135 to Shane Devers. A Rush Grail going to a new home, and Green Day is sold to Shane Devers. That might be a grail for Shane Devers. We don't get a lot of original Green Day stuff in. All right, let's do another Rush album that I don't think I've ever had before. And I do have a 9 Inch Nails over here. Okay, good. It cleaned up. It had some dust and stuff on it, and looks like Paul's cleaned it, and there's no condition notes on it. Great. So first here, this is a 2011, now out of print. This is Moving Pictures Live. 2011, and I know that album came out in 1981, so it looks like they did an anniversary live Moving Pictures. Rush Moving Pictures Live 2011. This is out of print, and now this one isn't something like maybe they'll repress. I guess maybe they could, but something like this, I don't really see them repressing. I can't back order it, so this is truly probably an out of print record. Rush Moving Pictures Live 2001. And that is the full album live. Wow, Red Barchetta. Whoa, that's probably my favorite Rush song. If you've never listened to Red Barchetta, not only should you listen to it, but make sure you have the lyrics in front of you. When I realized what was going on, not only with the music, but also the lyrics, that's when I truly became a Rush fan, when I realized what was going on in Red Barchetta. I was like, wow. And then when I finally realized what was going on in 2112, I had heard that song in passing, and of course, definitely the first part of it. And then when I really realized what was going on in the lyrics, I was like, oh my gosh, what have I been missing here? 9 Inch Nails is a $45 start. This is 9 Inch Nails, and this title is known as Halo 4. So 9 Inch Nails did all these releases, or I guess most of their catalog is known as like Halo 4, Halo 7, etc., etc. This is 9 Inch Nails Halo 4. It's also known as Sin. And this is a $45 start. $45 start, 1990 U.S. pressing of 9 Inch Nails Sin, Halo 4, $45 start, no condition notes on the vinyl. We've got it in a new anti-static there. It's in shrink wrap. It has the original Tower Records price tag. $45 start on that. $45 start on that. Okay, let's go back up to the top here. We have Rush 25, Rush 35, Rush 50, Rush 60, Rush 65, 9 Inch Nails 45. So we still got Albert Collins, King Crimson, and Joey Bad ASS. We have Toto, 40 Trips Around the Sun. This is a Toto compilation. This is $29.99, 40 Trips Around the Sun. It has hit songs such as Africa on it and Hold the Line. I was actually just watching the Steve Lukather interview with Rick Beato last night. $29.99. So that is Toto, 40 Trips Around the Sun. American Woman, the Guess Who. This is sealed. It's on blue vinyl. It's a Friday Music audiophile remaster, $39.99. $39.99. American Woman, the Guess Who. That is sealed, $39.99. It's a 2018 blue vinyl remaster, sealed, $39.99. That's American Woman, the classic Guess Who album on blue vinyl. Marillion, Heart of Lothian. That's a UK import from Marillion, $14.99. And Smashing Pumpkins, this is on gold vinyl, $29.99. And this is Shiny and Oh So Bright, Volume 1. That's the Smashing Pumpkins, $29.99. Update on our auctions. Rush was at $60 with David Howard. Then we had a $65 bid with GC. 9 Inch Nails was at $45. We had a $70 bid on Rush, a $50 bid on 9 Inch Nails, and then Zach Elias got the Guess Who. That's American Woman. Blue vinyl, Friday Music, sealed. David Howard got Marillion, and Shakedown goes to Smashing Pumpkins. I messed that up. Smashing Pumpkins goes to Shakedown. Do we have any of the original, or do we have any of the members of Smashing Pumpkins watching this feed right now? That would be pretty incredible. Scorpions, Rock Believer, that is sealed, $29.99. Scorpions, Rock Believer, $29.99. That is sealed. And David Ray, Slewfoot, with Bob Weir of the Grateful Dead. That's got an interesting hop sticker. Lots of other names on there. That is $19.99. We have a note on the back with Bob Weir. Anytime you do an album with a Grateful Dead member, it always gets mentioned. Hey, this has got Jerry Garcia on it. Hey, this has got Bob Weir on it. And then everybody's like, what? I'll take it. Okay, let me go ahead and be grabbing one of our next auctions here, because I have a feeling we're on the tail end of a couple. First, we have Patrick's out on 9 Inch Nails, so we're now on a final call. Zach Elias has 9 Inch Nails for $50. Do we have any Bad Company 10 from 6? We have a waiting list going for that. James, they will be here on Friday. That's a Bad Company Greatest Hits if you want on the waiting list for that. Christopher Brusher wants David Ray, and we're also about to sell Rush. David Howard has it for $70. Who else was bidding? GC, Jody, James, Luke. If y'all want back in, let me know. It's a final call. David Howard has it for $70. Roy Clark, Roy Clark and Gatemouth Brown, Making Music, $16.99. Roy Clark and Gatemouth Brown, that is $16.99. And we have William Clark, Can't You Hear Me Calling? That looks like that guy. What's the name of that show? Well, I almost said, he looks like I've seen this guy like on a TV show or something. Trailer Park Boys or something. Look at that guy. He looks very interesting. He's drinking I don't know. That's a very interesting looking cover though. $19.99. William Clark. Albert Collins, Etta James, and Joe Walsh. Wow. Albert Collins, Etta James, and Joe Walsh. Jump the Blues Away. Rare from 1989. It has to be. I've never seen that before. $39.99. Albert Collins, Etta James, and Joe Walsh. $39.99. $39.99. Okay. James Ludwig wants on the Bad Company 10 from 6 waiting list. Jetstream wants Roy, and that was the Roy Clark and Gatemouth Brown. And let's go ahead and sell these auctions. David Howard, you get the Rush for $70, and 9 Inch Nails is sold. 9 Inch Nails is sold to Zach Elias for $50. Our next Rush album is called Archives. Archives is a 1978 Terre Haute. This is a 3 LP. Now, what Archives is they reissued the first 3 Rush albums. If you know a very quick history on Rush, of course, you know, their first couple albums, first 3 albums were somewhat successful. And you see this with a lot of bands from that era. The Allman Brothers did the same thing. A little bit later, they hit success, and then their catalog reissues their other albums. Of course, Rush got Really, really popular. They got their kind of cult following with 2112. So a lot of these albums were kind of actually probably not easy to find for fans even back then until they did some of these reissues. 78 Terre Haute, 3 LP, and this is the first 3 Rush albums. And this is the reissue. It was originally on Mercury, SM. Let me show you what the labels. This should be a black label. This is the Skyline label, but there was a catalog number before this. As you can see here, original release is Mercury. Actually, you know what? This may be the first pressing of the archives, and then I think there's a reissue on the black label as well. This is the 78 Terre Haute. EX condition overall, $65 start. $65 start on that. Hope I didn't confuse you too much. That's a 78 Terre Haute. That's the first 3 Rush albums reissued into one. It's known as Archives. That's a $65 start. Overall, it's in EX condition. EX condition. So, Def Leppard is a 1983 Pittman pressing, a beautiful copy in shrink wrap, EX condition, $45. Yes, this is the first label. I saw the reissued back here, but that was talking about the reissues of these, or it says originally released. It has the original catalog numbers for these. There is a reissue of Archives. This is the first Archives. Thank you, Paul, for that. That is the first Archives. Kiss Originals. Yeah, same thing with Kiss Originals. They reissued those first albums after they got even bigger with like Love Gun and Destroyer, etc. Okay, Def Leppard Pyromania, $45 start. This is in shrink wrap. It's in a beautiful original copy. $45 start, Def Leppard Pyromania. The vinyl is like near mint minus, and it's in shrink wrap. It's an original 83 Pittman copy, $45 start on that. Info on Jump the Blues Away. This is Albert Collins, Etta James, and Joe Walsh. It's from 1989. It's near mint. It's $39.99. It's on the Verve digital label, Jazz Visions, $39.99. Okay, Gene Clark and Carla Olsen, So Rebellious, a Lover. That is mostly sealed, so it's unopened, but there is some tears in the shrink wrap, mostly where they probably cut it to give it a gold stamp promo, and that is $34.99. That's Gene Clark from The Byrds and Carla Olsen, So Rebellious, a Lover, sealed. Michael Nath is going to take the jump. That's sold to Michael Nath. Steve Young, Renegade Picker. Steve Young is in shrink wrap, $24.99. I have the original inner sleeve with it. Steve Young, Renegade Picker, that is $24.99. $24.99. And this is the Moonlighters Rush Hour. The Moon Hours Rush Hour, $9.99. Final call to get an opening bid on these. We're looking for a $65 start on Rush Archives, and we're looking for a $45 start on Def Leppard. If those don't get a bid pretty soon, I'm going to make them buy it now. $65 and $45. Next is Marillion, Misplaced Childhood. This is a 1985 original UK pressing, $24.99. Wow, that's very nice vinyl. Very nice cover, too. Mike Bolton's at $65 on Rush. I always thought that was a pretty good deal. You're getting 3 Rush albums, including the first one, which any kind of version of the first album is desirable, whether it's the original, which is like $1,000, or you get a reissue from the 80s. That's still pricey. We've sold those for $50, $60, $70, depending on condition. So the true first pressing of the first Rush album is very rare. I know somebody who has one, and they won't sell it to me. He's probably watching right now. Next is Gary Moore, Fixed on My Mind. Gary Moore is a promo 12-inch single, $14.99 for Gary Moore. And we have the Bob Reedy Chicago Blues Band, Lake Michigan, Ain't No River. That's a 1973 U.S. pressing, $16.99. Final call on Rush, $65. Thomas Hujar gets Marillion. Chuck Edgar is second on Marillion. Daniel's at $45 on Def Leppard. We're about to sell both of those. Also give Daniel Gary Moore. Scott's laughing because he has the Rush album and won't sell it to me. It's a beautiful copy, too, in shrink wrap. I don't know if I've actually made him an offer on it, but I was willing to do something crazy on it. But he's not a seller. He's a collector. So most people that have those don't want to sell them. All right, I'm going to grab the next behemoth of the auction. The next auction weighs about 40 pounds, so I'm going to put it right here, and we're going to put that up for auction in just a second. All right, let's sell these. Mike Bolton gets Rush for $65. Daniel gets Def Leppard for $45. Great deals on those opening bids. This next, we have this tag to sell, but I'm going to, like I say, offer it as an auction for $385. Let me show the back of it. $385 starting bid. Check this out. The complete Queen catalog on colored vinyl. Queen, Queen 2, Sheer Heart Attack, Night at the Opera, Day at the Races, News of the World, Jazz, The Game, Flash Gordon, Hot Space, The Works, Kind of Magic, The Miracle, Innuendo, and actually The Miracle and Heaven, Made in Heaven. I almost forgot the last one. All on colored vinyl. All on colored vinyl. So that's the complete Queen catalog in this beautiful, gigantic box set. It is, there they are written on the side. Queen, Queen 2. It's all of them. Even I think the one that was released actually after Freddie Mercury had already passed away. I don't want to get it all out and show it to you. I promise it's all there. It's near mint. It's a $385 starting bid. That's 18 LPs, and it's heavy. It's got the original sleeve cover that came on it. Let me pull that off, actually. So there's that. This has just a little bit of shelfware. Of course, it protects the box. Let me flip open this lid here. So yeah, let me actually do that. Wow, looks like they're all in inner sleeves too. Let me lay it down on its side. I like the outside of the box. I would set it on my shelf like that, outside of that sleeve. So let me see if I can't open this up. Oh, it's heavy. Looks like they're all in resealable baggies, and it has a book with it. Wow. Check that out. All on colored vinyl too. There is a version of this that's on black vinyl. That's all on colored vinyl. There's one corner ding right there. Looks like there's one corner ding on the box. That's the only thing. I know all the vinyl and jackets are pristine. That's the only thing I really can see on that. Boy, I'm sweating trying to move this thing around. I would set it like that on my shelf. I had the gold on the outside, although this dust jacket's pretty cool too that comes with it. So looks like we have a bid with Zach Elias. Okay, I'm going to finish going through this bin, but we have room in for one more auction. And guess what? There's not a Rush album up. So let's do a Rush box set. Farewell to Kings box set. This is complete. This is now out of print. I remember when I used to could order these probably a year, 2 years ago, and then they all went away and then they deleted them. This is Rush, a Farewell to Kings. Complete, 4 LPs, 3 CDs, 1 Blu-ray, primarily audio. Also includes a velvet pouch with neck chain and King's ring, a 1978 tour program, 2 lithographs, and a turntable slip mat. That's a $265 start. I don't think I've ever auctioned 2 box sets at once, but there's always first here on CollectCo. So I actually think I've had one of those before, one of the original tour books we've auctioned here. So yeah, I won't get all that out, but it's all nice and neat and clean and minty, and that's the Farewell to Kings box set. 4 LPs, which the other discs probably have live tracks on it. That's usually what they do with these box sets. 3 CDs, Blu-ray, and then all the extras. $265 start. There we go. Let's finish going through this crate, or at least show a few more. Next is Grandma's Roadhouse, Raleigh. What do we have here? $19.99, a 2010 U.S. reissue of a Private Press Swamp Rock album. Wow, $19.99. Grandma's Roadhouse, Raleigh. So that was some kind of private press, and then they reissued it in 2010. Swamp Rock. Sounds like Leonard Skinner or Creedence Clearwater. That's what they call Creedence, isn't it? Swamp Rock. Jim Ringer, Endangered Species, an album of songs about people and lifestyles threatened with extinction. Jim Ringer, that is sealed and unopened, $16.99. It's a 1981 folk country release. Albert Collins, Frostbite. Albert Collins is $24.99 for Frostbite. Ron Thompson and the Resistors. Ron Thompson and the Resistors, $12.99. Coco Taylor, live from Chicago, $19.99. I bet I know who will get that. John Mooney, Telephone King. John Mooney's in shrink wrap, $16.99. So the Queen box set is a final call. The complete catalog on colored vinyl, $390 with Zach Elias. Every Queen album, and I've watched, I don't know if y'all ever watch his channel. There's a guy with a YouTube channel. He reviews albums. He's German. I like just listening to him talk. That's probably why people tune in. I listen to him talk. That's just like people tune in to listen to me talk. He talks in a German accent. I talk in a country accent. But he did a review on this, and he went through them one by one, and they looked amazing. And he was very happy. And he's an audiophile. I mean, he probably has $500,000 invested in his equipment and vinyl for sure. I mean, he has this amazing collection, and he gave it a thumbs up. So if a guy like that's giving it a thumbs up, then it's high quality. So I don't remember his channel. I'm sure some of y'all have seen his videos, but I hadn't watched him in a long time, but I remember when he did this, his 45 RPM audio file. Yeah, he lives over in Dusseldorf or something like that in Germany, and he did a review on that, and he's like, this is amazing. So when I see a guy like that say this is good, then, I mean, he has this amazing collection of vinyl too, all audiophile stuff. So we have, let me get back up to the top, and then Rush is a $265 final call. So those are both final calls. Michael Naff got the Coco Taylor, and Chris Bijak was second. Next, this is the Moonlighters, $12.99. The Moonlighters, $12.99. And Gary Moore still got the Blues. That's really cool. Look, he's got a Jimi Hendrix poster in the back. $29.99. That's a 1990 Canadian pressing, Gary Moore. The catalog number for Queen. The catalog number for Queen is, well, there's nothing on the dust jacket. Let me take this off. Let's see here. Queen box. Let's see if there's anything on the bottom. I can give you the barcode. Actually, it may be here on the back. Queen. Let's see here. About the best I could do is the barcode. I don't actually see a catalog number on this. Not on the dust jacket or not on the box itself. The barcode. Actually, some people screenshot it when I do this. But that way they don't have to copy down. But I'll go ahead and read it too if you're writing it down. 0500 87 32 8832. 0500 87 32 8832. I'll give that a few more minutes since I've had 2 questions about it. Okay. 2 before Ron Thompson. The 2 before Ron Thompson was Jim Ringer and Albert Collins. Chuck Edgar got the Gary Moore. Calvin Ward was second. Scott Smith third. Joe Willinger fourth. And we have Roger Miller. This is $14.99. Roger Miller, and that's just self-titled on Smash. Roger Miller, $14.99. And we have Ronnie Millsap, Lost in the 50s Tonight. Ronnie Millsap is sealed. It's never been opened, $11.99. And Mark Winter, Nothing But. Mark Winter is $14.99. Rush does have the Blu-ray, yes. 4 LPs, 3 CDs, a Blu-ray, and then all the extras. The pouch, the chain, the necklace, the ring, the program, the lithographs, and the slip mat. $265 to get that started. Christopher Morris wants RM, and that was Ronnie Millsap. We have Tell 'Em I'm Gone. What do we have here? Yusuf. Is that Yusuf Lateef? No, it's Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens, $24.99, sealed. $24.99. That's Cat Stevens from 2014. It's sealed and unopened. New bid on Queen. Paul Brothers is at $395. The complete studio collection. Hey, there's my sticky notes. The complete studio collection on colored vinyl. Tanner messed up his back earlier today. Me moving around that Queen box and turning it at weird angles may have messed up mine. That thing is heavy. With a 40-page book, the actual box, and then 18 LPs with jackets. It's like probably 30 pounds. It's got to be. It's heavy. I've got the Paul McCartney box set on deck, by the way. Somebody asked about it earlier. I'll put that on deck. So let me go through this crate one more time. I'm about to end Rush. Make sure nobody wanted to lock in a bid. I'm about to make it a buy it now. I have a feeling there might be somebody waiting to buy it. So if an auction doesn't get a bid, I'll make it a buy it now. So let's go through and see what's left in this bin. This is another great crate, and I hope nobody's going anywhere because we've got 4 more crates of new arrivals to go through. First is King Crimson, and I've got to pick up the pace because we started an hour late. King Crimson's $44.99. A near mint original 1970 pressing, $44.99 for King Crimson Lizard. Albert Collins with the Barrel House Live. Albert Collins is $24.99. We have Joey Bad AWS. That's the 2018 U.S. First Official Press, $99.99. Toto, 40 Trips Around the Sun, $29.99. Scorpions Rock Believer, that is sealed and unopened for $29.99. William Clark, Can't You Hear Me Calling? William Clark is $19.99. Gene Clark and Carla Olson, Gene Clark from the Byrds, that's also sealed, $19.87, $34.99. Okay, Rush is at, wow, I was about to make it a buy it now. So Zach has Rush for $265, final call. Rush is at $265, that's a final call. I was about to make it a buy it now. So he's bid, he's in, that's a final call. I'm about to sell it because I've got more auctions to put up. We've all of a sudden got new bidders on Queen. 400, 400, 410, 425. The two before Ron Thompson, how much was the Albert Collins? We have Albert Collins Frostbite, Nat Reynolds, that's $24.99. And then Luke Schellbauer asked how much the Grandma's Roadhouse was. Grandma's Roadhouse is $19.99, Luke Schellbauer. Those are still available. We have Steve Young, Renegade Picker, $24.99. That's in shrink wrap. The Moonlighters Rush Hour, $9.99. Lake Michigan, the Bob Reedy Chicago Blues Band, 1973, $16.99. Jim Ringer, Endangered Species, that was sealed, $16.99. Ron Thompson and the Resistors, $12.99 for Ron Thompson. John Mooney, Telephone King, $16.99. That's in shrink wrap. Another Moonlighters, that was $12.99. Roger Miller, $14.99. Mark Winter is $14.99. And then Cat Stevens, sealed, 2014, $24.99. All right, Zach Elias gets the Rush box set for $265, Tanner. Next is Queen. We have Brent Robley out. R. Hayes is out. Queen is at $425 of Paul Brothers. Zach is out. Final call to Paul Brothers, $425. That is about to sell. Paul McCartney, this is really cool. I listened to it last night. I'm kind of taking the Paul McCartney bootlegs very slow from the Pittsburgh collection. We probably have like 50 or 60 live Paul McCartney recordings from Pittsburgh, but I want to listen to them because anytime you get to hear Paul McCartney live that's never been officially released, I'm going to go ahead and listen to it because I might not get them again for a long time. This is a 19, actually I think it is what it says on the cover. Yes, this is recorded live at the Forum, Los Angeles, 1989 with special guest Stevie Wonder. The disc 1 and 2 are EX Plus to near mint. Disc 3 is VG Plus. It has copies of the tour itinerary, a press release, and a button. $45 start. So this is really cool. Look, it has a button with it. Mac is back, World Tour 1989. And it has the tour itinerary and a poster. And keep in mind, this is an unofficial. There's a photo of Paul. It has a poster. And then there's the tour itinerary. So very cool copies of some inserts, a poster, photo, and it has a button. $45 start. We already have a bid for $45 and $50. All right, Tanner, the Queen box set. I'll listen to it too. It's an audience recording. It's an audience recording, but it sounds good. Sounds good. I listened to, I forgot how great of a song that Figure of 8 is. There's a great live version of that that's on Flowers and Dirt. And then, of course, Band on the Run sounds great, and Jet, and Ebony and Ivory, all those classics. This is sold to Paul Brothers for $425. Paul McCartney's up for bid. I'm setting this crate off to the side so we can get some more. So next Thursday, I'm going ahead and laying out shows in advance so everybody knows. I don't have plans for Tuesday yet. And of course, like when we do shows on Mondays, and if I don't have a night planned, it could be anything. But like tonight, we had a lot of Rush albums. We've had, some of the stuff I posted pictures of. Tomorrow night's Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. Next Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and schedule it. Next Thursday is Rolling Stones night because I got to look through those again and I forgot how many incredible Stones albums was back there, both bootlegs and official recordings. So there's a lot of really cool official releases, imports and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and pencil in next Thursday Stones, and then we'll have some kind of special night Tuesday. So here's the artist we have a lot of. We have 600 Beatles albums, not including 45s. That includes also Paul McCartney, John Lennon records. We have Grateful Dead. We have Bruce Springsteen. We have the Rolling Stones. We have enough where we can make an entire Jimi Hendrix night probably. We have The Who. These are artists that we have well over 100 albums of, maybe minimum 50. But those are artists we got 50 plus albums of, where we could dedicate an entire night and let collectors and fans know tonight we're going to have nothing but these artists. Speaking of these artists, we have Rush, a 2015 200 gram remaster of Rush. This is 200 gram, exit stage left. This is 200 gram, $35 start, exit stage left. That is the 200 gram. That's what a lot of people's looking for, the 200 gram versions of these. This is 200 gram. It's a $35 start. $35 start. So Grateful Dead is going to be a big night. We've already kind of had a Grateful Dead night. We sold everything. I got 50, 60 Grateful Dead records ready, and we sold every one of them. And we still probably have about 150, 200 Grateful Dead albums still from that collection. So looking forward to that. Paul McCartney was at 45, 50, 55, 57, 60, 62, 65, 67, and Rush is at 40. Paul McCartney, great 1989. He's touring right now. He played in Australia last night. He's still going in his 70s. New arrivals. Iron Maiden, this is sealed, new and sealed, Live After Death, $44.99. Iron Maiden, Live After Death, $44.99. Kiss Love Gun, $33.99. Kiss Love Gun, $33.99. Yes, that's something else on the schedule. We've got incredible amounts of 45s back there. Everything from Metallica to the Beatles, from Grateful Dead to Bruce Springsteen, to 80s picture sleeves to garage and obscure stuff. So there's a lot of different stuff back there. The Beatles Love, $59.99. 2LP, The Beatles Love, $59.99. Black Label Society, 1919 Eternal, $38.99. Purple Vinyl, Black Label Society. XTC Skylarking, $34.99. And Santana 3, $36.99. Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, new and sealed. Santana 3, that's new and sealed. Paul McCartney's at 70 with Jack Suslak. Now Christopher Morris is at 72. And Rush is at 40 with Henry Pardidez. That's the 200 gram live Rush, exit stage left. 200 gram going twice, going 3 times. New and sealed, Paul McCartney, blue vinyl, Tug of War, $33.99. That's new and sealed on blue vinyl, $33.99. Phil Collins, the singles. That is a 2LP Phil Collins Greatest Hits, new and sealed, $44.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, The Sky is Crying. Analog Productions, cut from the 100% original analog masters, $49.99. $49.99. Jack's out on Paul McCartney. Christopher Morris has that for 72. Final Call. Julian just bid on Rush at 41. So that means Henry Pardidez, you are outbid on that. John Lill wants Stevie Ray Vaughan. Before that, Craig Ruth got Phil Collins. And Rob Scheffler, Santana was $36.99. $36.99, Santana. And if you don't want it, Rob Scheffler, it looks like Jesse Priest does. That is sealed MoFi copy of Santana, $36.99. Tug of War is on blue vinyl. Rush 2112, that's new and sealed, 180 gram vinyl, $36.99. Rush 2112, new and sealed, $36.99. Also, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble. This is Texas Flood, $69.99. 100% analog mastering from Analog Productions, $69.99. Henry's backing on Rush at 42. These are not putbacks. No, this is actually, it looks like our new vinyl. It's because it is. We bought this from a collector in Nashville, a big collection. He bought a lot of this new from us. I actually left some of the same prices on there. I just put, you see how I got the barcode or the sticker over the sticker? He bought that from us originally back in February, so there's the same price. He collected a lot of sealed stuff, so there's Stevie Ray Vaughan. We basically bought back a lot of our records we'd sold to him originally. So Rob Scheffler does get the Santana, so Jesse Priest, you were second. Brian Arrigo, you get 2112, and actually James Ludwig, I've got these available. These are new. This is a weird part of the show. This is new. The first part of this crate is new, pre-owned. So they're pre-owned, but they're new. And I do have more copies. I have two. No, I only have one copy left of 2112. Tanner, let's make a note to order Rush 2112 because I only have one copy and it's sold. That's the exact same thing, 180 gram. So he bought these either from us or I saw a couple other Nashville record store price tags on a couple of them. So He bought a lot of these from us. $36.99 on that. John Lill, the SRV was 33 1/3. That was a single LP, 33 1/3. Rush is at 42. Rob got Santana. Brian got a 2112. James Ludwig got a 2112. Jack Suslick wants the Beatles Love. That's sold to Jack Suslick. James Ludwig got the other 2112. Julian's back in on Rush at 43. Let's Sell Paul McCartney. That is sold to Christopher Morris for $72. Now, Rush is at 43 with Julian. That's between Julian and Henry. Our next auction is going to be the Rancantors. This is the Consolers of the Lonely, the Rancantors. This is the original 2008 U.S. press, $35 start. An original 2008 U.S. press, and this is not really in print. It's always been out of stock. I've never got a shipment of this album. I have it back ordered all the time. That is a $35 start. Yes, Cygnus X1 sold, I think, for $90 earlier, I think. But yes, it's sold. $35 start on the Rancantors. Henry's out on Rush. Julian has that for 43, final call. John Lill needs to put back the SRV. He was looking for the 45 RPM. Texas Flood is a 45 RPM 2LP. Queens of the Stone Age, $49.99. Queens of the Stone Age, $49.99. Limited edition orange vinyl. Somebody definitely, I was thinking about auctioning that. Somebody needs to be all over that. And Widespread Panic, limited edition colored vinyl, sealed, $34.99. So these are new pre-owned, if that makes sense. They're new and they're sealed, but they've had a previous owner. But most of them came from us originally. So Queens of the Stone Age, Widespread Panic, and Godspeed You, Black Emperor, $19.99. Godspeed You, Black Emperor. So John Lill needs to put back SRV. Henry's out on Rush. Bob's at 35 on Rancantors. I've already done a final call on Rush. Let's sell that to Julian Engen for $43. Rancantors is at 35 and now 45. John Lill first on Queens of the Stone Age. Joshua was second. Monica's at 45 on Rancantors. Rudder Butterbed 36. Godspeed You, Black Emperor, $19.99. And Time Out, Dave Brubeck, $19.99. Classic jazz album there, Dave Brubeck. Our next our next Rush album is going to be Moving Pictures. And this is a 200 gram. This is a 200 gram 2015. Not the 180 gram. This is the QRP. This is pressed at QRP. 200 gram of Moving Pictures. And boy, does this sound amazing. When Tom Sawyer starts up, it's incredible. This is 200 gram Moving Pictures, $45 start. That is near mint. It has the insert with it. Nice jacket. 200 gram Moving Pictures, $45 start. Tom Petty, Wildflowers and All the Rest, $44.99. That's a 3LP. Up until when this was reissued, Wildflowers had never been repressed on vinyl. The originals are still expensive. They're well up into the hundreds of dollars. So you might want to consider grabbing Tom Petty, Wildflowers, and All the Rest if you don't have it already. The originals are very expensive. $44.99. You get the original album and it has bonus tracks on it. 5 previously unreleased tracks. $44.99. The Rancantors is at 50 and 52. Chris, the Dave Brubeck is called Time Out. 180 gram. It's new and sealed. It's from Wax Time. It's actually from Jazz Wax Records. It is direct metal mastering. If you want it, it's sealed to you or it's sold to you. If not, Garrett was next. He's went ahead and claimed it. He was next on that. We have Marillion, Holidays in Eden, $24.99. Marillion, Holidays in Eden, $24.99. Rich Shockley wants Tom Petty. That's sold to Rich Shockley. Also, Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. New and sealed, $36.99. New and sealed, $36.99. Mad Season, Above, that's new and sealed. RTI pressing. Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, and Screaming Trees members make up Mad Season, $44.99. Also, Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step, music on vinyl, exclusive remaster, $39.99. That's In Step by Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's the music on vinyl remaster. Chris is going to pass on Brubeck, so that does go to Garrett. Rich got Tom Petty, and Ryan Willis wants... He put T.I. T.I. was for, he might have meant T.P. for Tom Petty, and if so, we may have an extra copy in the Tom Petty bin. Let me make sure what he wanted there with T.I. Update on the auctions. Monica's at 52 on Rancantors, going twice, going 3 times. No bid on the 200 gram Moving Pictures. This is the 200 gram version. Final call for a $45 start. And we have Dominic wants the Mad Season. Ryan says nothing. That might have been a miss strike. So nothing on the TI. Okay, we have Tarzan, $24.99. Tarzan, Disney soundtrack, picture disc, $24.99. Sarah Long backing on Rancantors for $55. Yes, Fragile, that's the Atlantic 75th anniversary on clear vinyl. Fragile is $31.99. And Genesis, BBC broadcast, 3LP, $39.99. That's an open copy. These new are $69.99. BBC broadcast Genesis, a fairly new release, $39.99. Those are new. I think we still got one in the bin for $69.99. That one's $39. And that's got Genesis all the way from 72 all through the pop era of the 80s and even up to the 90s. So that's a long compilation of Genesis BBC sessions. That is sold to John Leal. Stephen A. Young wants to yes. I have one more copy of this, I know for sure, in the bin if anybody else wants it. And yes, Tarzan is Phil Collins. I'm glad you reminded everybody, Daniel. Two Worlds performed by Phil Collins. You'll Be in My Heart performed by Phil Collins. Son of the Man performed by Phil Collins. Phil Collins, Phil Collins, Phil Collins and NSYNC. Phil Collins, Phil Collins. This is the Phil Collins soundtrack, Tarzan, $24.99. $24.99. John Leal got Genesis, that. Okay, Rancantors, we had a new bid. Monica's out. Sarah has it for $55. I'm going to go ahead and make Rush a buy it now. No bid on the 200 gram moving pictures. If anybody wants it, $45 buy it now. Pink Floyd, The Endless River. I accidentally put this in the bin. I was going to save it for tomorrow's Pink Floyd night. And this was the original, yes, this was a 2014. This was a 2014 Endless River, near mint, 2LP with the book, $39.99. The Endless River, Pink Floyd. Henry gets the Rush for $45. IMJMV was second. Details on Rancantors. Sarah Long, The Rancantors, Consolers of the Lonely. That is the original 2000. Where's my notes here? I guess I've lost my, original 2008 Third Man Records pressing. All right. Hold on a second. Paul Brothers had bid on Rush before I called it a buy it now. He did. I'm just now seeing that. Time out on Rush, Tanner. Let me bring Rush back over for a second. Paul had already bid 45. He did, because there's John Leal's Genesis, so he was already in at 45. Thank you, Paul. I missed that. Now a final call. Paul Brothers has Rush for $45. Henry or IMJMV, if you want this, you have to outbid Paul. He's locked it in at 45. That's a final call. And now Rancantors is a final call for $55. Moving on. We have OK Computer, Radiohead. That's a 2008. It has one mark on it that does not affect play. It's a super nice copy. $39.99 for OK Computer. Doctor Who. This is $59. This was pricey. Not many available for sale. $59.99 for Doctor Who picture disc. BBC's Doctor Who original television soundtrack picture disc. That's a limited edition 14-track, $59.99. Shakedown wants OK Computer. Final call on the Rush. Let's go ahead and sell Rancantors. That's sold for $55 to Sarah Long. I'm about to sell Paul Rush for $45. And then Genesis. This is essentially Genesis' greatest hits. The Last Domino, question mark. $59.99. It's near mint. Really cool how they did this. It opens up as a gatefold and it has two jackets in it. So it has two gatefold jackets inside of the book. $59.99. The original MSRP was $100 on those. And it's practically new. Very, very nice. Jeff Topping, you were second on OK Computer. Paul Brothers gets the Doctor Who picture disc. John Leal gets this Genesis as well. And Paul Brothers now, same price, just different person. Paul gets moving pictures for $45. Before I finish this crate, let me put up a couple more auctions. What else do I have over here? That's the Led Zeppelin stuff for tomorrow. I've got Rush. This is, let's see here. Let me see. I actually may have these. Let's see. I think I have that one still over there. Give me 1 second on that. Also, a long time ago, somebody asked about Japanese, which I do have more of those. Let me try to find. Let me put the rest of these auctions out of here. Now, I used to could get these, but I don't think we can anymore. And then there's yes. Okay, so Let's do a Yes album. This is actually out of print, very difficult to get. This is Yes, Fly From Here. Yes, Fly From Here. Joe Maynard asked about it. Yes, Japanese. I'm about to put some up right now. Yes, Fly From Here is a $95 start. This is now an out-of-print title from 2011. Yes, Fly From Here, $95 start. It's a gatefold. It's near mint. We've cleaned it. We've got it in a new Big Fudge inner sleeve. Yes, Fly From Here. That's OOP, out of print. I listened to that one, and there's another one. I don't think it may be actually be in a bin, but can y'all hear all those sirens? There's been sirens go by left and right and left and right. There's more fire trucks. All right. Okay. So we have an open copy of Vapor Trails. We actually still have these in the bin, new and sealed. I'm going to put this one up for auction for a $20 start. Vapor Trails Remixed. It's a 2013 pressing. And so the original mix has gotten really pricey and difficult to get. This one is called Remixed. It does have a seam split down here at the bottom. Vapor Trails, of course, y'all know those new are like $45, $46 now. This is near mint. It's open. It's lightly used. Does have a seam split on the jacket. $20 or $25 start, whatever I said on that. Rush Vapor Trails. Okay, and I'll start putting up some Japanese after those, Joe. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. That's the newest remaster. The newest remaster, $26.99. That's the newest remaster, near mint and shrink wrap. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill, $26.99. Rush is at 20, now 27, now 25, 27. Dave Matthews Band, Crash, $29.99. There's the other Dave Matthews Band I've been trying to get to. Crash is opened, near mint. So everything's been sealed up until Pink Floyd, Steely Dan, Dave Matthews Band. These are open and near mint. Billy Joel, Glass Houses, Walmart vinyl with the photo print, $19.99. Blue vinyl, Billy Joel, Glass Houses. Miles Davis. Now, this is pretty much new. It's sealed. It's a mono. It's in mono. RTI pressing. The perforation strip was barely hanging on. It had like 3 little dots of perforation left. I went ahead and tore it off. There it is. There's the perforation strip for the bag. It's sealed and new, and that's in mono, pressed at RTI. Miles Davis, $33.99. Sketches of Spain. Homeland Conspiracy wants Steely Dan. Final call if you want to lock in a bid on Yes. That's a $95 start from Fly From Here. $95 start. And the high bid on Rush is with Henry Pardidez at $27. Jeff, you're outbid, and so is James Ludwig. Y'all let me know if you want back in. And Kiss Unmasked, $24.99. Opened, near mint, has the poster in shrink wrap, 2014 hot sticker. Kiss Unmasked is $24.99. $24.99. Still got lots and lots of new stuff to go through. Lots and lots of new stuff to go through. Let me see what else we have over here. Paul's got us some other great crates. There's that one, and let me see what we have here. Trying to find the newest stuff. Let's see. We'll probably go through this crate first. Yeah, probably go through this crate first. All right. So we actually had some vintage putbacks that some of them I've shown and some of them I haven't shown. I gave them to Paul and told him to kind of just put them in new sleeves and reevaluate them. Probably put new updated stickers. So I actually have some putbacks, but I'm going to call them updated putbacks, Tanner. I've got some putbacks that are updated, which means some I've shown, some I haven't shown, but it might have been something that didn't get paid for or put back. We've kind of, or some auctions, and we've went ahead and priced them. And I'm about to show some of that stuff. And then we have new stuff as well. Joe Willinger first on Kiss. Stacy, you were second. Rush is at 28, and Rush is at 30. And I'm going to go ahead and make Yes a buy it now. If anybody wants Yes, Fly From Here, that's a 2011 out-of-print title, $95 buy it now for Yes. Okay, we have Iron Maiden, Live After Death, $44.99. That's new and sealed, Iron Maiden. Kiss Love Gun, new and sealed, $33.99. Black Label Society, 1919 Eternal, $38.99. XTC Skylarkin, $34.99. Paul McCartney, Tug of War, Blue Vinyl, $33.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, $69.99. Widespread Panic, that's on colored vinyl. That's Space Wrangler, $34.99. Godspeed You, Black Emperor. Godspeed at State's End, $19.99. Marillion, Holidays in Eden, $24.99. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, $36.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step, $39.99. And then the Tarzan picture disc. Those are all sealed, $24.99. Update on Rush. Henry Pardides has that for $30. Final Call. John Smetzer, thank you. Have a going to see Kiss on Friday night, World Series Game 2. Wow, you've got an exciting few days coming up. Nat Reynolds, Dave Matthews Band. That is the all analog cut remaster from Bernie Grundman. Gatefold jacket, 180 gram LP. It's pretty much the best version. 2 LP, $29.99. Chris Sheridan wants Iron Maiden. Chris, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you send our Facebook page a message. We need your email address and mailing address so we can send you an invoice on Monday, and we do $7 in limited shipping. Paul Brothers wants Tarzan. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Let's go ahead and sell Rush. James is out. Rush is sold to Henry Pardides for $30. If anybody wants a new copy of Vapor Trails, actually, you know what? I actually see them right here. I have Vapor Trails right here. This is Vapor Trails Remixed. This is the new 2013 remix version, and this is new and sealed. So if you missed out on that one, this one's new and sealed for $46.99. There's a brand new sealed copy for $46.99 if anybody wants that. Rush Vapor Trails. If you want one, just let me know. Darren Meyer wants the SRV. And Darren, was that for In Step or was that for the Texas flood? Also, we have these three are open, but they're near mint. Pink Floyd Endless River, $39.99. Billy Joe Glass Houses, $19.99. And Miles Davis, that is pretty much new, but it's opened. Mono, Preston RTI, $33.99. All right, let's get more auctions started. Darren wanted In Step, Stevie Ray Vaughan, that's sold. Let's put up some new auctions. Let's put up a new crate of vinyl, and we'll keep the train a-rolling, just like the song. Train kept a-rolling. Collectco kept a-rolling, right, Tanner? Yep. Tanner said yep. Tanner's in pain. He's got some back problems. Never fun. All right, let's go through, I don't know which crate we're going to go through. I guess this one. We'll see what's in here. We'll see what's in here. All right. And our next auctions. Can't believe it's already 10 o'clock, but we did start an hour later than normal, so unusual for us to do that. But we just had to get this new vinyl ready. We had a lot of stuff to get ready that I didn't have ready, so... our next auction, let me see what I got here. Okay, now, the other night I showed some Japanese auctions that didn't get paid for, and I showed them at the price it originally sold for. I'm going to put some of those up at much lower starts, like this Rainbow album. I don't know if y'all remember it or not. That's what it originally sold for. I'm about to slash the opening bid, probably what I originally started for last time, and it's going to go to a new home. Rainbow, Richie Blackmore and Ronnie James Dio, Long Live Rock and Roll, a near mint Japanese pressing, $35 start. Rainbow, $35 start, Long Live Rock and Roll. It had this one mark on it right here, does not affect play. I don't know if that come through on y'all's screen or not. It has that one mark on it. Other than that, so I can't call this one pristine, but it's nice. It just has that one mark. $35 start. Beautiful glossy cover. Rainbow, Long Live Rock and Roll with Obi. $35 start. That's now up for bid. I think the next Rush album is actually another unofficial live recording. And I feel like I've had these before recently. This is Rush. This is one of their first concerts. Agora Ballroom. I don't think that was their first concert, but it was early, 1974. This is a 2012 unofficial. Agora, Cleveland, August 26, 1974. That's a $35 start. $35 start. 2 LP Rush live unofficial. So $35 starts on those two. Rainbow and Rush. Make sure you actually spell them out for me. Rainbow and Rush, so I know which one you're bidding on. Okay, the Yardbirds. Can you identify these men? A 2008 Italian pressing 10-inch on white vinyl. EX condition, $17.99. Jetstream's in on Rush. We have John Ellis in on Rainbow at $35. Johnny Ray's Greatest Hits. That is EX condition, $9.99. Johnny Ellis. The Turtles, It Ain't Me Babe. EX condition, $27.99. The Turtles, It Ain't Me Babe. America, A Horse with No Name. That's what they called it in Taiwan. It's actually called America Self-Titled, VG Plus. That's a Taiwanese import, VG Plus condition, $24.99. Billy Joe Glass Houses, if you didn't want the Walmart, here's the original, VG Plus condition, $9.99. Golden earring, something heavy going down. That's live golden earring. They're live from the Twilight Zone. EX condition, $21.99 on golden earring. Michael Jackson Thriller. This is EX condition, $21.99. Michael Jackson Thriller. Duran Duran, Union of the Snake. That's a US 12-inch single. Union of the Snake and Secret October, EX condition, $12.99. Alan Parsons Project, iRobot. VG Plus condition, $14.99, iRobot. Steppenwolf for ladies only, VG Plus, $14.99. Steppenwolf for ladies only. Aerosmith, not in the ruts. Aerosmith is in VG Plus condition, $16.99. Shakedown wants Duran Duran. Jack Hewitt was second. Update on our auctions. Jetstream's at $35 on Rush, going twice, going 3 times. John Ellis, let me know if you want to bid again on Rainbow. Javi Soto is at $36, so you have been outbid. You can say out if you're done, or you can bid again. John's at $37 on Rainbow. He's back in. Shakedown got Duran Duran. Jack was second. John third. Brett Hamilton fourth. The Smurfs All-Star Show, VG condition, $9.99. Olivia Newton-John, if you love me, let me know. EX condition, $9.99. Commander Cody Ozone. Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen, that is Lost in the Ozone, EX condition, $17.99. New bid on Rush, $36. Jetstream, you're out. Chicago Transit Authority, that is the first label, which is a Columbia 2i label. VG Plus condition, $29.99. That's Chicago. Chicago Transit Authority is what they were called on that album. Wow, Pink Floyd Relics. EX condition, $27.99. This is a UK import. UK import on Starline of Pink Floyd Relics. EX, $27.99. Aerosmith, not in the ruts, is VG Plus condition, $16.99. King Crimson, Discipline. King Crimson is the 1981 US Press. VG Plus, $26.99. Thomas Hujar wants Pink Floyd Relics. Jetstream's back on Rush at $28 or $38. Final call on Rainbow. Now John Ellis is at $37, and Javi Soto, if you want back in, you've got to outbid John. That originally sold at auction for $75, and somebody didn't pay for it. That's why we tell you, if you don't pay for an auction, you may not can buy from us again, because when we sell something at auction, it's a final price, and you have to buy it and pay for it. We have people try to put back auctions, and we're like, you can't do that. You can put it back, but your whole order will be put back, and you can't buy from us anymore. Just so everybody knows for future reference, if you buy an auction, you have to pay for it, or otherwise the whole deal's off. So most people pay for them, though. We have a few bad apples. They're just very few. We have like a less than 1% non-payment rate. So it looks like a lot of records, but it's because we sell so many throughout a couple months. Over a 2-month period, just to have 3 or 4 bins of putbacks, that's actually pretty incredible. So Carlene wants the Smurfs record. That's sold to Carlene. Rainbow's at $38, Rainbow's at $39. And Julian, let me know if you want back in on Rush. Jetstream has that for $38. This is the Mentors. You asked for it. You asked for it. The Mentors is a 1985 US pressing, VG Plus condition, $49.99. Mentors. Pure Prairie League busting out. EX condition, $17.99. Pure Prairie League, that has Amy on it. EX condition, $17.99. Ziggy Stardust, that's David Bowie, the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Orange label, VG condition, $19.99. That is the first label for that album, VG condition, $19.99. Julian wants the Mentors, and Henry Pardides gets Pure Prairie League. All right, let's go ahead and sell Jetstream Rush for $38. I never did hear back from the other bidder. That's sold to Jetstream for $38. Rainbow's at $39. Javi, let me know if you want back in, because John has it for $39, and Jeff Rice wants the David Bowie. King Crimson still left in the bin. Let me go ahead and grab another Japanese auction. The next Japanese auction, I think, is going to be another record that possibly didn't get paid for. Let me see what this is. Yeah, this one didn't get paid for. I think this was just an opening bid, so I'll try it again for the opening bid of $35. And this was Yes going for the 1. This is a $35 start. This is a Japanese pressing of Yes going for the 1. It has the original inner sleeve. The vinyl is near mint. Yes going for the 1. That is a $35 start. The cover is extremely nice with the Obi trifold. It has Wondrous Stories on it. trifold cover, Japanese quality, near mint all the way around. Rick Wakeman came back and joined Yes and played on this album. $35 start, going for the one. All righty. Chris Farrar is going to take the King Crimson. Javi's out on Rainbow. John Ellis, you have that for $39. I'm about to sell it to you. $39. Charlie Musselwhite going back down south with the Lafayette, Leak, and Robin Ford. Or with Lafayette, Leak, and Robin Ford, excuse me. EX Condition, $22.99. Charlie Musselwhite. This is X-Ray Tradition Breaker. And yes, she's 100% nude on that cover. We have sticky notes covering her up. This is a 1984 Japanese pressing. EX Condition. She's naked on the back too. $27.99. That's X-Ray Tradition Breaker. $27.99. A 1984 Japanese pressing. X-Ray. Valdi. This is VG Plus. $12.99. Valdi. The Uncle Floyd Show album. VG Plus condition. $14.99. And the Hans Steimer bands, the Hans Steimer band maybe. EX condition, $17.99. This is a white label promo, the Hans Steimer band. White label promo, $17.99. All right, Rainbow. Is John Ellis a first-time buyer? I feel like I've said that name before. I know we have a couple Ellises that watch. John, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. You just won that auction for $39. And a final call if anybody wants to get a bid locked in on Yes. We're looking for a $35 start on that. We have Eric Clapton. This is Eric Clapton, a 2018 Record Store Day release. It's a picture disc. It's called Happy Xmas. A little bit of Christmas love. You always hurt the one you love. Limited edition 500. Eric Clapton, Christmas picture disc. $25 start, 2018 Record Store Day. Back to the bin. We have a little taste of Southern Fried. This is EX Condition, $17.99. I think that's the actual name of the band, Southern Fried. EX Condition, $17.99. Jesse Priest wants the X-Ray album. That's sold to Jesse Priest as a buy it now. Mentors, Get Up and Die, another Mentors album. EX Condition, $47.99. It's a 1987 U.S. pressing in shrink wrap, and it has the bonus 7-inch EP with it. It has the bonus 7-inch EP with it, and that's the Mentors, another Mentors. Romulu's in on Eric Clapton for $25. News for the Blues, Josh Williams. VG Plus condition, $9.99. Josh Williams, News for the Blues. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Night Moves. VG Plus condition, $17.99. Julian gets the Mentors. Julian Ankin on the Mentors. Romulu's in on Eric Clapton. I'm going to make Yes a buy it now for $35. If anybody wants going for the one, it's a buy it now for $35 if anybody wants that. Dennis Quaid and the Sharks out of the box. Dennis Quaid, EX condition, $17.99. A 2019 Record Store Day release. Chuck Yeager, first on Bob Seger. James Lugwood, you were second on that. Final call on Eric Clapton and King Crimson Red. This is the 1987 Half-Speed Master. It's in EX condition, $31.99. EX condition. Let me see what else I have for auction over here. Let's see here. Give me 1 second on that. There's that. Okay. And let me see what I have over here. Aha. All right. I had a Holland press of this the other night. All right, let's sell Romelu Eric Clapton for $25. One bid and one bid only on that. Sold for $25. This next is a non-payment. I'm going to slash the price on what it originally sold for. And this is Sticks, Pieces of 8. A Japanese pressing, $35 start. It has the Japanese insert with it. The vinyl is near mint minus. This is Sticks, Pieces of 8. A really nice copy. Renegade, Blue Collar Man. Gatefold with Obi, Sticks, Pieces of 8. Overall, a nice copy. $35 start. I think I may have started that last time for $45 and it brought more than that. This time I'm starting it for $35. I guess that's a non-payment. A Jolly Christmas from Frank Sinatra. VG condition, $9.99. A Jolly Christmas. Seven Bridges Road, Steve Young. VG condition, $14.99. VG condition. We have Stephen A. Young wants Yes going for the one. That's sold to Stephen A. Young. That was a $35 buy it now, Tanner. Next is Daniel Hisner is going to take the Frank Sinatra. I figured there'd be several people on that. It's in VG condition. I found it in some of John's Christmas albums he hadn't priced yet. I was going to go ahead and clean it and listen to it, and Paul went ahead and cleaned it and put it out for sale tonight, which is okay with me. That's sold to Daniel Hisner. Luke Schellbauer was second. Christopher Bruscia was third. Chris Farrar was fourth. We never can have enough Frank Sinatra Christmas albums, that's for sure. Final call on sticks to get a bid in for $35. Greg and Dwayne Allman, VG Plus 1999. This is that early demo record from Greg and Dwayne Allman. They were supposed to be in the band called 31st of February. That is those recordings. They're like demos, but it's like an album. It's really good quality. It sounds a little rough, but it's one of my favorites. I told Paul earlier, it's almost a sentimental record for me. It's got great stuff on it. It's got the first cut they ever did of Melissa. Very, very cool stuff. All right. Let me pull another Japanese off. I'm trying to get two going at once, but we haven't got there yet. Let me pull this out as well. We got some nice near mint Billy Joel stuff. Always a big seller, the near mint Japanese Billy Joel stuff. So let me pull these out. Greg and Dwayne Allman, Rush Counterparts. It's sold. It's sold for 200 and something. Sticks is a buy it now for $35 if anybody wants it. Sticks, this is Pieces of 8. It's a Japanese pressing, near mint. $35. The last time it sold for $49. Cutting some prices on these. Non-payments, $35 buy it now on sticks. Greg and Dwayne Allman, Bill Monroe and Friends. VG Plus condition, $14.99 on Bill Monroe. And Daniel Moore. Daniel Moore is VG Plus $19.99. The Greg Allman again, sure. This has got a different cover. So there's a couple different versions of this with different covers. This is a gatefold actually. Really cool with a gatefold. There is one that's just like a black and white cover. But this has Morning Dew on it. God Rest His Soul. Melissa, I'll Change For You. Back Home With You, I'll Know Too Well. Down in Texas. Those songs, if you're familiar with those, it's on the Bold label. That's Dwayne and Greg Allman. Greg and Dwayne Allman. Mark Coburn's going to get the sticks for a $35 buy now. That's sold to Mark Coburn. Mark, I think you've bought from us before. Maybe I just hadn't said your name in a long time. So welcome back either way. That's sold to you for $35. Now I'm going to start two auctions at the same time. Both $35 starts. Here's another one I'm slashing. That's what it originally sold for. I'm going to put it up for a $35 start. Sticks, another sticks. This is Paradise Theater. It has the two-page flip with it. This is the Japanese pressing. It is near mint. It has the etched vinyl on the back. Very cool. Etched vinyl, $35 start. Too much time on my hands. Gatefold, Obi. No condition notes on any part of it, including the cover or Obi. $35 start on that. And Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. I haven't put this one up yet. $35 start. Let me make sure it's near mint. Yeah, near mint for sure. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man, $35 start. The vinyl is near mint. Very, very nice. It has the Japanese insert with it. It has the Japanese booklet. It's in shrink wrap with the Obi. $35 start. Joshua, the Greg and Dwayne Allman was VG Plus condition, $19.99. Also, this is Doc Watson, I believe. Elementary, Doc Watson, VG Plus condition, $14.99. And Jerry Jeff Walker, Viva Terra Lingua. Jerry Jeff Walker's EX condition, $16.99. Looking for $35 starts on those. Arthur just walked out of a concert and he's already tuned in to Coletco. Great. Welcome. I had to mute my mic for a second to take a drink of water. My microphone, my lapel mic, is literally right next to my mouth, so I try not to drink and chug water where y'all can. It's amplified through y'all's speakers. I'm sure you don't want to hear that. I'm going to read the titles that's left in this bin. If you want prices, let me know. I'm going to go right into a new one. We have the Yardbirds. If you want prices, let me know. Johnny Ray, The Turtles, America, Billy Joel, great title still in here. Golden Earring, Michael Jackson, the classic I, Robot, Alan Parsons, Steppenwolf, Aerosmith, Olivia Newton-John, Commander Cody. These are all still available. Chicago's first album. Valdy, Charlie Musselwhite, The Uncle Floyd Show, The Hans Steimer Band, Southern Fried, Josh Williams, Dennis Quaid, King Crimson, Steve Young, Seven Bridges Road, like the Eagles song, Seven Bridges Road, Bill Monroe, Daniel Moore, Greg and Dwayne Allman's VG Plus $19.99, Doc Watson, and Jerry Jeff Walker. Next comment is Julian wants the Jerry Jeff Walker. Guns N' Roses. We have Guns N' Roses. Use Your Illusion 1, maybe. That might have been one that's left. Use Your Illusion 1. I think. Let me try to do some condensing here. Use your illusion 1 possibly. Let me see what I have here for you. The Guns N' Roses album that's left is Use Your Illusion 2. Use Your Illusion 2. Actually, we've been through about 4 or 5 crates tonight. 5 crates, I think, and everything left can fit into 1. Not counting what I have there on the table, but it can almost fit. So, emptying some crates tonight. Fantastic. Next is Chris B. Jack wants the Chicago Transit Authority. And we have Michael Jackson. Now, that's a Thriller 12-inch single. That's a 12-inch single. EX condition, $21.99. Randy Davis wants the Charlie Musselwhite. I was waiting for somebody to grab that. The Pittsburgh collection, Dale was a big fan of Charlie Musselwhite. We even have some Charlie Musselwhite autographs. But he has like his entire discography. I'm going to go ahead and make these buy it nows while I'm grabbing the next crate. Billy Joe and Innocent Man, $35 buy it now. And Styx Paradise Theater, $35 buy it now. And those were originally sold for more than that. They didn't get paid for, and now they're less, $35. The King Crimson album that's left is Red. It's actually a half-speed master from 1987. The vinyl's a solid EX, $31.99. $35 buy it now for Styx and Billy Joe. I'm going to set this crate off to the side. I do have more new stuff to go through, and then here in a minute, we're going to do a recap of everything that's left. And I'm actually going to entertain offers, but we got to go through everything at least once new tonight. So we still got 187 people watching, and it's 10:30. That's a good sign for everybody because I'm going to keep showing new stuff as long as we got people watching, and I'll do a big recap. But right now, we've got new stuff that's never been shown. I think this is literally new stuff in here. So let's get some of this. Let's get some of this shown. All right, here we go. I'll put up a couple new auctions in just a second. Let's go ahead and go through some of these. Ian Moore, Luminaria, Ian Moore. That is sealed, $24.99. These are new arrivals, never been shown before. Miami Vice 2 soundtrack, $19.99. Jackson Browne, Phil Collins, The Dam, Jan Hammer, etc., etc. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. A half-speed master, $29.99. The disc is a Columbia or CBS half-speed master, $29.99. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Electric Light Orchestra, Out of the Blue, a 40th anniversary picture disc. ELO, Out of the Blue, $39.99. Out of the Blue, that's a 2LP picture disc. David Cassidy, I Think I Love You, Greatest Hits Live. David Cassidy, Greatest Hits Live picture disc, $14.99. Jefferson Airplane Volunteers, an original 1969 Rockaway with the lyric insert, $29.99. Wow, that's in nice condition, both the cover and the vinyl. Original Jefferson Airplane there, $29.99. Slade in Flame. Slade is $24.99. That is a 74 UK import with the hype sticker, including Far, Far Away and How Does It Feel. Slade is $24.99. Tommy Green wants the David Cassidy. That's sold to Tommy Green. Next is One Direction 4. This is a 2022 red vinyl, an exclusive from Urban Outfitters, $59.99. One Direction, $59.99. Let's make Billy Joe a buy it now, or I already have. I'm going to set these to a side. If anybody wants the Billy Joe album, it's a $35 buy it now, and same way with Styx. I'll try to grab a couple new auctions right quick. Trying to go through this album, or this crate, though, as fast as possible. Styx Paradise Theater and Billy Joe's both still available, and those were $35 buy it now. So if anybody's interested, very nice condition on both of them, Styx and Billy Joe. So we had for sale Fever Tree. Fever Tree is a white label promo, $29.99. Very cool. Fever Tree for sale, white label promo, $29.99. Heads Together First Round. That's a Vertigo comp, a 1971 UK import. Wow, $49.99. A Vertigo compilation on the Vertigo label, a compilation, $49.99. Jade Warriors on here, Sunbird, Lonely Norman, Magna Carter, Clear Blue Sky, The Beautiful Stranger. That's a Vertigo compilation, $49.99. $49.99. Let me slide this back in there. So there is Heads Together, first round. Docking, Back for the Attack, a 1987 U.S. Press, moderate water damage along the bottom, $29.99. Docking, Back for the Attack. Ace Moreland, Sizzling Hot, a 1990 pressing. That's blues, $9.99. We have Mike Morgan and The Crawl, Raw and Ready. That's sealed, $19.99. Sealed, $19.99. The Skip Castro Band, You're Killing Me. That's also sealed, $14.99. Mule Skinner, that is $24.99, and it's signed by Peter Rowan. Mule Skinner, and it's signed by Peter Rowan, $24.99. It's got an autograph by Peter Rowan on it. National Lampoon, That's Not Funny, That's Sick. $19.99 for National Lampoon. That's Not Funny, That's Sick. That's in shrink wrap. $19.99. Memphis Rockabilly Band, Betty Jean. That is $22.99. That's the Memphis Rockabilly Band, Betty Jean, $22.99. Metropolitan Blues All-Stars, Life of the Party. That's $14.99. Nicholas wants the Mule Skinner album. That's sold to Nicholas. We also have the Zarkons. The Zarkons. Between the idea and the reality falls the shadow. $14.99 for the Zarkons. And Zero, Here Goes Nothing. In shrink wrap, $29.99. Zero, Here Goes Nothing. Interesting, $29.99. All right, one of our next auctions are going to be, let's see here. We have some stuff that I'm going to try to find in this crate if I can. There's the Karate Kid soundtrack. That was one I shown already that was in the putback bin, and I said if it didn't sell, we would resell it. We would re-put it up, and same way with another rainbow I have. So here we go. The Karate Kid Part 2 soundtrack, $35 start. Original motion picture soundtrack, The Karate Kid, $35 start. Near mint with a Japanese insert, that's a $35 start. And The Best of Rainbow, that's a 2 LP compilation, $35 start. The Best of Rainbow, this sold for more than that originally, but non-payment, has the Japanese insert. There's both LPs, and this is a $35 start. The Best of Rainbow, $35 start. Karate Kid's also a $35 start. Nat Reynolds says he'll take the Blues All-Stars, Metropolitan Blues All-Star. That is sold to Nat Reynolds. All right, we have Steady Date with Mitch Woods and his Rocket 88s. So this is Rock a Boogie. That is sealed, $22.99. This is Uncle Jim's Music, $19.99. Uncle Jim's Music, $19.99. Skip Castro, Fast Break. Skip Castro is sealed, $14.99. Kenny Vance, Short Vacation. Kenny Vance is $14.99. John Valby, Pete Howard Band, Where Have Those Days Gone? $14.99. Valdy and the Hometown Band, $9.99. Black Rose, John David Souther. John David Souther, $14.99. Dirt, John Valby. That is $14.99. That's a comedy record. Southside Johnny, I Don't Want to Go Home, $19.99 for Southside Johnny. Uncle Tupelo, $89.93 in anthology. Uncle Tupelo is sealed, $149.99. I repeat, $149.99, a sealed Uncle Tupelo anthology. This is A Shot in the Dark, the Uptown Horn Band, $9.99. Barefoot Jerry, Watching TV, $19.99 for Barefoot Jerry. Kenny Neal, Bio on the Bayou. Kenny Neal is $14.99. Sligo Studio Band sings super hits old and new. That is sealed, $14.99, rare country folk record. The Skip Castro Band, Boogie at Midnight. That is also sealed, $14.99. Mark Soplastra, This House, $14.99. Donald Duck Dunn, Playing on Bass, $14.99. Now, I'm very concerned about the status of our customers right now, Tanner, because we haven't had a new comment in a solid, well, one just popped in, about 2 minutes. Two or three things. Everybody's asleep, falling asleep, or they're not interested in buying anything or want to bid right now. So we got to change the narrative, which means we've got to do something. We got to do something to change the narrative. I have 2 auctions up for a $35 start. One originally sold for $56, and this one sold for $70. They didn't get paid for. They're now back up for bid, probably for what I originally started them for, $35 and $35. Make sure everybody's awake and everybody's alive. I know we got some deep cut like blues and obscure stuff in here from the Pittsburgh collection, but we had to put it out because you never know who may want it. Paul T's mom was a wonderful lead singer. Wow, Paul T's mother was in there. Fantastic. Is Paul T watching tonight? Karate Kid has a bid for $35. Fantastic. J.D. Souther, Home by Dawn. J.D. Souther, Gold Stamp promo, $14.99. Dave Spector and Barkin Bill Smith, $29.99. Bluebird Blues featuring Ronnie Earl. We got a lot of deep cut, you know, like blues, and just this guy from Pittsburgh, he was into the blues, and he had some stuff that maybe a lot of people local or maybe deeper stuff that he knew about. Maybe he saw these people play live. There's a good chance. Jukes Live at the bottom line. This is a rare white label promo with the sheet, $29.99. Jukes Live at the bottom line. That's Southside Johnny. That's an official live promo, $29.99. They're pacing ourselves. You're just waiting to see what's left. The Tailgaters. This is Hide Your Eyes. The Tailgaters is $14.99. Michael Nath wants the Jukes. That's so to Michael Nath. Barefoot Jerry Grocery. Barefoot Jerry, $24.99. Two more left in here. We have Larry Ballard, $14.99 for Larry Ballard, and Grace Potter and the Nocturnals live from the legendary Sun Studio. That's a 2012 Record Store Day, sealed, $54.99. $54.99. So the Karate Kid has a bid for $35. That's a final call. The Best of Rainbow is a final call. I can't believe it. Somebody's about to snap and snipe the Best of Rainbow. Try to give it as much as possible. I think the last time we had that up, it brought $70. I usually start it for like $55 or something. I figured we'd get there, but not right now. No bid for $35. But let's go ahead and sell Sarah Long, Grace Potter. Jetstream was second. So I don't know if I want to read through all those again. Maybe a couple back here in the back. We still got the Dokken. Still got a Dokken album for $29.99. That's unheard of. Heads Together, The Vertigo. We got a Fever Tree, One Direction, Slade, Jefferson Airplane, ELO Picture Disc, REO Speedwagon, Miami Vice 2, and Ian Moore. Need a metal crate. Those are few and far in between. Metal crates come occasionally, and then poof, they're all gone. It's amazing. It's like we need people motivated for the blues as much as we do metal. Can we get that going? I know we got several. We need more. We got a bunch of them. All right, I've got one more crate to go through very quickly before we do a recap of everything that's left tonight. We definitely want to go back through all the stuff I showed at the beginning of the show, because whatever's left, I'll entertain some offers. These that I'm going through late, these are probably the only time I'll be going through these, so make sure if you think you want something out of here, let me know now, because these later crates, we probably won't be going back through these again. All right, so let's sell these. Let's sell Karate Kid, $35. That is sold to Ryan Rice, and we have a bid, $35. Romelu, $35. That's sold to Romelu. Those are sold for $35 and $35. Having bad luck with auctions all of a sudden. I don't know if I need to put up any more or not. Let's just focus on the crates for right now. The first thing I have is Pavement. This is $44.99. It's a 2007 remaster pressed at RTI. Pavement, Slanted and Enchanted. There's Pavement, $44.99. Bruce Hornsby in the Range. That's just the way it is. The original cover, $19.99. Dokken was $29.99. It had some moderate cover damage. Bruce Hornsby in the Range. We had Pavement. This is the Best of Split Ends, $24.99. History Never Repeats. Promo sticker on the front. Huey Lewis in the News Sports, $24.99. Nice copy of that. Elvis Costello, Every Day I Write the Book, $19.99 for Elvis Costello. The Hardline, according to Terrence Trent D'Arby, that's $19.99. Also, Cat Stevens, The World of Cat Stevens, a UK import in shrink wrap from Gem Records. Blue Decca label, $19.99 for Cat Stevens. Michael McDonald, No Looking Back, $14.99 for Michael McDonald. Grover Washington Jr. Soul Box, that's actually as a box set. It has 2 LPs with it, $29.99 for Grover. Jay Giles Band Live Full House, that's $19.99. The Call, Seen Beyond Dreams, The Call's $19.99. And Molly Hatchet, The Deed is Done. Look at that cover. Molly Hatchet, $19.99. The Deed is Done. Let me find something I can put up for auction to at least get some. I like seeing the feed. I like it when the feed's moving so fast I can't even keep up with it. Let's put this up for auction. The Best of the Band. For a $1 start. Usually something that I can't believe is left behind. Great music. The Band. This has The Weight on it. Up on Cripple Creek. The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. Great stuff here. I Shall Be Released. $1 start. on the band's greatest hits, the best of the band. The Shape I'm In is on here. Actually, this does not have I Will Be Released. I thought it was on here. Stage Fright, Tears of Rage, that's up for bid. Okay, Jetstream wants the Grover Washington. Zach Elias wants the Best of Split Ends, so those are sold and sold. Grover Washington, Split Ends. The band, 115557. The Byrds' greatest hits. We've been talking about this. $24.99. Mr. Tambourine Man. Turn, Turn, Turn. I Feel a Whole Lot Better. 8 Miles High. Mike Back Pages. That's a UK pressing in shrink wrap. $24.99. The Best of the Lovin' Spoonful. $19.99. Do You Believe in Magic? Steely Dan Asia, $34.99. Looks like a very nice copy of Steely Dan Asia, $34.99. So we got the band up for auction. That was for a $1 start. Let's also put up for a $1 start. What else do we have over here? We have, here we go, a Michael Jackson Thriller. Not a first pressing because it has co-produced by Michael Jackson, but a very clean copy, gatefold. $1 start. This is a vintage copy, Michael Jackson Thriller. It has the original inner sleeve. There's Thriller. There's him and Paul McCartney. This Girl Is Mine. It is near mint. It's an exceptionally clean, wow, just exceptionally nice. This is a very well taken care of copy of Thriller. I have seen some that are so rough we can't even put them out, where it was played over and over and over and over. And then they played it some more. And then they threw it on the ground, and then they picked it up and played it 10 more times. Usually finding nice copies is a challenge. The band is at 10. So we had 7, 5, 10, 10, 12, and now Michael Jackson's up for bid. The Rolling Stones, Black and Blue, $34.99 on the Rolling Stones. Michael McDonald is $14.99. Elvis Costello, Goodbye Cruel World, $24.99 on Costello. Alan Parsons Project, Ammonia Avenue, $19.99. Golden Earring, Moontan. Golden Earring, Radar Love, $29.99, an original 73. Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bold as Love. That is a 76 Jacksonville press, $39.99. Elvis Costello, Punch the Clock, $24.99. This is Beth Orton, Weather Alive, and it's actually autographed. That is her signature. It's on a vinyl flat. $39.99. Beth Orton, autographed. King Crimson, In the Wake of Poseidon, an original 1970 Presswell press, $49.99. Beautiful. Berlin, Love Life, $24.99 on Berlin. And Asia, their self-titled album. This is actually a Japanese pressing, no obi. Just $14.99. Japanese pressing, no obi. Pristine. Where are we on the band? The band. The last bid I seen was Nat Reynolds. Nat is at $12, and Michael Jackson is at $20 with Nicholas. So $12 and $20 on that. Wishbone Ash, New England, $19.99. We have Helix, Long Way to Heaven. Helix is $24.99. Frat Rock, Volume 2, a 1987 pressing that is sealed, $26.99. Climax Blues Band, gold plated, $19.99. Animal Tracks, that's Country Joe McDonald, a German pressing on white vinyl. Animal Tracks, $19.99. Leon Russell Carney, this is an Analog Productions remastered by Kevin Gray, $44.99. Robin Trower for Earth Below, $24.99. And this is actually a white label or a promo copy. It's a promo marked label. It says promotion on the label. Elvis Costello Interview Picture Disc, $24.99 for Elvis Costello Interview Picture Disc. And ZZ Top Live Greatest Hits, sealed and unopened, $54.99. All right, we have several outs on Michael Jackson. Let's do some final calls. Michael Jackson Thriller, $20 final call. The band, can't believe it, but it's at $12 for Nat Reynolds. That's a final call. A few more records left in here. The Rolling Stones Metamorphosis, $34.99. King Crimson, Starless and Bible Black, $39.99. We have Sweet Gingerbread Man, the Mike Curb Congregation, $9.99. ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2, $19.99. Renaissance, A Song for All Seasons. Renaissance is $9.99. Al Stewart, Last Days of the Century, $14.99. This was the, I have trouble with his name. He was in Jefferson Airplane. Jorma Kaukonen. That is gray vinyl from 1987, $24.99. Joshua's going to get the ZZ Top Greatest Hits. That's sold to Joshua. Romulu's in on the band at $13. I can go ahead and sell Michael Jackson, though, to Nicholas. Nicholas A. gets the Michael Jackson for $20. Nat's out on the band. We had a last-minute bump from Romelu. He's in, and Nat's out. The band's at $13. Final call. Elvin Bishop, Hog Heaven, $14.99. Straub's is $12.99. And Manfred Mann, The Roaring Silence, featuring Blinded by the Light. 19 WVU Mounties back in on the band at 14. Still bidding on that one. The Bruce Hornsby is still available. It is near mint, has the original cover, $19.99. That's just the way it is. It's actually a really good album, the way it is, $19.99. Great song. All right. Nicholas says he's out on Michael Jackson. Okay, that's not good because he was the high bidder. So basically, he is needing to retract his bid. Okay. That's not good, but we will try this again. You were the high bidder at $20, and no one outbid you, and everyone set out. Make sure if you're bidding, you absolutely want to place that bid. So let's just restart Michael Jackson. That's, in this case, normally what I have to do. Michael Jackson Thriller is up for bid, $1 start. We'll restart that one. Michael Jackson Thriller is a $1 start. Rich Shockley said he'll take it, and that's the Bruce Hornsby in the range. That's sold to Rich Shockley. Asia is actually a Japanese pressing. This is a Japanese pressing, no obi, so you can imagine it is near mint, and that is $14.99. Asia is a Japanese pressing, $14.99. What happened to that? All right, so Michael Jackson is a restart. $1 bid with Jason Conklin. Make sure if you're bidding that you absolutely bid as if the bid you're placing is going to be the winning bid, because you never know. Especially if you do a big jump. If it's at 5 and 8 and then all of a sudden you bid 20, there's a good chance that you might end up with it. So make sure you actually want it when you bid. Asia is $14.99. That is near mint, and Pristine, it's a Japanese pressing, $14.99. So Thriller is back up for bid. Now they're also bidding on the band. That's at $14 and now $15. So we have a couple rules on bidding. 1, no bid retractions. And number 2, if you say out, you can't come back in. So after you say out, you can't use that as a reason maybe to change your mind and come back in later. And also, no bid retractions. Like I said earlier, when we sell an auction, it's kind of like a final call because there's plenty of time to bid and think. But Nicholas, I know you're fairly new, so you probably didn't know that, but just make sure when you bid that you're bidding for good. Okay, let's go back to from the very part of the first part of the show, and we're sold out of most of our newest arrivals, but I'm going to go through some of the stuff we have left. I'm going to remind you of some waiting list we have, and Jay Giles live info. Let me pull that for IMJMV. Jay Giles live. Let me pull that right now. That was the live Full House album, right? And what have I done with that? Oh, what have I done with it? Oh, I must have just set this other crate. Yeah. Okay. Stack this crate on top of it. So this is Jay Giles. Jay Giles live. Really good deal. I mean, Thriller, we had this copy marked where it's near mint. We had this marked for $39.99. Nicholas was about to get it at half price, which is kind of unheard of for a copy this nice of Thriller and for me to be auctioning it for a $1 start. So we had it for, this is a near mint copy with the inner sleeve. It looks unplayed. A very highly requested album. We had it marked for $39.99, but every once in a while I pull out these random records and we sell them to the highest bidder. So this is an extremely nice copy. Like I said, there's more copies of this album than any other album in the world. It's probably the most common record out there. Also, it's one of the most difficult albums to find. It's very weird. Not saying it's rare or you can't find a copy, but it's one of those it's in demand. Just like Rumors or Dark Side of the Moon, it's really odd. So it's a really nice copy. At one time, I used to have stacks of them. But people come in here and they'll be like, do you have a copy of Thriller? And we're like, there's possibly one in one of our bins. And they're like, we've went to every record shop and nobody has a original or a vintage copy of Thriller. And I'm like, that doesn't surprise me. Just like Fleetwood Mac Rumors. So it's a really weird thing. Jay Giles Band live, Full House. So this is Jay Giles Band live, Full House. Sorry, IMV, I was getting distracted there talking about Thriller. But you said you'll pass. If anybody wants that, it is available. It's a great live album from Jay Giles. That's early Jay Giles. That's not Centerfold And that's not freeze frame and centerfold. That's early blues rock in J. Giles. J. Giles is kind of like Fleetwood Mac. There's two different eras. There's early rock and blues, and then they had like a pop side with centerfold and freeze frame, that kind of J. Giles. So almost two completely different bands. Yeah, Michael Jackson Thriller is the best-selling album of all time. So you would think that there's copies. You should walk in any used record store, but I don't know if any of my other fellow record store owners are in here, but they'll probably agree with me. It's just something that's like, it's never laying in the bins. So, okay, it is in print though, so you can also get a new copy. Romelu Got Asia. Did I pull that? I hope I did. I think I did. Let me check Tanner Stack. I've been sorting and condensing crates. Asia is tagged. Okay, so Tanner just stepped to the back. Let me make sure I'm caught up here. So Asia, Michael Jackson, 10, 6, 11. John Ellis said he'll take Manfred Mann. That was Blinded by the Light, also known as The Roaring Silence. I love listening to that. That's so did John Ellis. Michael Jackson, 12, 15, 16. We also have 20, 25. So Brett Hamilton has Thriller for 25. Great price on that. Very fair price. Going once, going twice to Brett Hamilton. Daniel Buzine's not out yet, so he may want to bid again. And the last call we had on the band was Romelu has that for $15, and I think everybody else is out. Levon Helm, the band, $15. Final call on that. Okay, 15 and 25. So the first record we showed tonight, now almost, what time did we get started? Right at 8. So 3 hours ago, we went live, and the very first record I showed was Kiss Unplugged. I have 4 copies left, $44.99. So all the waiting list has been filled. A few people was on a waiting list, Travis McLarty, John Smetzer, Joey Begley, and Bill Walton. I've got 4 copies, and as y'all know, when these things go out of print, they get pricey. Actually, 3 weeks ago, they were not in print, and we had a Kiss night, and I think we auctioned one for over $100. This exact same pressing, because 3 weeks ago, or almost a month ago now, they weren't in stock and they weren't really in print. So $44.99, that's Kiss Alive. I think that has a poster with it, just like the original. So that's not alive, excuse me, that's unplugged. I guess they are alive, but they're unplugged alive. $44.99 for Kiss Unplugged. We have 1 copy left of Motorhead 1916. The hop sticker reads back on vinyl for the first time in over a decade. $34.99. All right, Tanner, these auctions are sold. Romelu gets the band for $15, and Brett Hamilton gets Michael Jackson for $25. Actually, it might be a good thing Nicholas set out. We got $5 more out of it. I had to explain to everybody why it was a good deal, though, but that is sold for $25. So Motorhead is available, Kiss Unplugged. We have Salt and Pepper, the last copy. This is it hadn't been pressed in a long time, and that's very necessary. Very necessary. $39.99 Salt and Pepper, and there was a pre-order for that. We sold 2 or 3 copies live. I have 1 copy left, $39.99. Andrew Gold's Halloween House, Monster Mash, Ghostbusters, Addams Family, bone-colored vinyl, $33.99. That's new and sealed. We have 3 copies left of the new Dokken album, Heaven Comes Down, purple vinyl. There was a pre-order for this. We've sold a few copies live. I have a few copies left. Dokken, Heaven Comes Down, new Dokken album, $39.99, purple vinyl. Unplugged is a 2014 US. Yes, 2014 US remaster. And then the only other record in this crate is the new Chilling Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House, $33.99. The 1979, first time it's been repressed in decades. It's on colored vinyl. The classic Disney. They did a great job with the jacket too. They've kind of remastered and updated the jacket. Classic vintage Halloween there from Disney. $33.99. That's on colored vinyl. Just in time for Halloween. $33.99 on that. Tanner, any notable waiting list over there? Stuff we sold out of that was new. Kiss Alive 3, I think. Pearl Jam, that was Backspacer. Yes, Pearl Jam Backspacer came in. We have a waiting list for that. If you missed that, Pearl Jam Backspacer. Kiss Alive 3, there's a waiting list for that. The new Rolling Stones album, that's probably the top 3. The big one was Pearl Jam Backspacer. That hadn't been available in a long time. Now, we're going to go through some of the best stuff left from tonight, and it's all going to actually be Buy It Now Best Offer. Even the new sealed stuff, yes, that is rarely available for Buy It Now Best Offer because normally we get it through our distributors, and its top margins. But actually, we got these through a collection. So I'm going to make these available as a buy it now best offer, even some of the new sealed stuff. So take advantage. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to be major discounts like half off or anything, but some of these are, all these are available. So let's try to sell them. I mean, they came from a collection. We got them in a collection, so they're here for sale. Put down Jason Conklin just in case. So all the kicks, we're getting a full shipment for kicks, but they hadn't all been delivered. That's why I didn't officially show it tomorrow. We'll probably do that for Thursday or Friday. So first is Tom Petty, Southern Accents. I'm going to turn the light on that now says buy it now best offer. We're at the 3-hour mark in the show. That's usually when I do it. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern Accents. This is new and sealed, $38.99. So now these are buy it now or make, especially on the sealed stuff, they're going to have to be a very fair offer. But one of the few times that we actually discount great new sealed titles like these, like limited edition red vinyl, U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, $36.99. That's new and sealed U2. Jimi Hendrix Experience, Smash Hits. That is remastered from the original tapes. It's pressed at QRP. It's done by Bernie Grunman. That is sealed, $24.99. So Jason, I've got you on kicks. Scott Smith wants a Kiss Unplugged. I have 3 copies of those left. I actually may keep me one. I like the live version of Rock and Roll All Night. They all take turns singing it. Gene sings a part. Paul, Ace, and Peter, they all take turns on that. That's $44.99. Sell John Lill, Jimi Hendrix for $20. See how easy that was. We have the Beatles. Now, I've kind of already discounted this. Because it was originally, I think, 49 or 56 something at Target. I've got it marked for $34.99. It's sealed. It's Revolver, the new Giles Martin and Sam O'Kell remix. And if you can wear a size large t-shirt, that's a pretty cool t-shirt. I wish it was a extra large or 2XL. I might actually keep that. That's my favorite Beatles album, Revolver, $34.99. Fantastic stuff there. Target exclusive. Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy. That's the new remaster of that. First time Steely Dan's catalog come back in print in a long time. $36.99. Grateful Dead, Anthem of the Sun. 50th Anniversary Edition, $29.99. These are all sealed. So far, all these have been sealed. And we have Fillmore West, 1969. That's March 1st, 1969. Grateful Dead. Start Your Ear Off Right. 3 LP, limited edition of 9,000. Mixed and mastered from the original analog tape, $69.99. Also, Elton John, his first debut album, 1973, $14.99. 73 U.S. pressing of Elton John, $14.99. Somebody actually made an offer on that earlier. I don't know if they're still watching. They might be, though. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2, new and sealed, $39.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. We still have Radiohead, Kid A. Kid A is a 2008 pressing, $39.99. $39.99. Price on YouTube. Boontar, that is red vinyl, $36.99. Has a 16-page book with it as well. Okay, alternate cover. Yeah, that is an alternate cover on Jimi Hendrix. Actually, I may have another one of those if anybody else wants one. Let me see what I have over here. Yeah, I actually have another one of those in the bin. Ours is $28.99, but if anybody else wants it, you know what? I'll sell it for $20 if anybody else wants another copy of that Jimi Hendrix smash hit. So I've got another one just like that. Bernie Grunman, pressed at QRP. And that is some alternate cover artwork. Yeah, you know, the original has a picture of like Jimi Hendrix running towards the cover. They're out there as cowboys. That's $20 if anybody wants it. There's the Pearl Jam album that we're taking a waiting list for. Pearl Jam Backspacer, $34.99. First time that's been available in a long time. We have a waiting list for it. We have a waiting list for it on that. All right, so let's see here. U2. Edward offered $32 for Steely Dan. Let's go ahead and sell that. Daniel, I will sell you Elton John for $12. You actually still are watching. I think that's what you offered maybe about 3 hours ago. So if you still want to do $12, I'll sell it to you. Elton John, $12. Scott Drum also offered $10. Shakedown, I'm going to go ahead and sell you the Grateful Dead for $60. Sell that to Shakedown for $60. And Michael Nath said he'll take the Jimmy. Actually, the one John got was sealed too. So that's $20, and that's sold to Michael Knapp. The one John Lill got as well too. Zach offered $30 for U2. I will do $32. I will do $32 on U2, and Boontar has dibs. Boontar has dibs, so $32, and if he passes, then if Boontar passes, then Zach, you can have it for $32. Romelu offered $30 for the revolver. Sounds like a great deal. Well, let's go ahead and do it. Revolver sold to Romelu. So basically, you're buying, in my opinion, the album, and you're getting a free T-shirt. That is, because I think that album new is like $36.99. You're actually getting the album at a discount, sealed off MSRP, and you're getting a free T-shirt. Great deal on that. Revolver, $30. Next is, let me make sure Boontar doesn't want it for $32. If he passes, then that's Zach Elias for $32. And I have forgot one thing. Daniel Hisner is going to get the Elton John for $12. His debut album. That is sold for $12. So that leaves, these are still available, Tom Petty. By the way, great album here. That first track, Rebels, is great. It also has my favorite Tom Petty song, Don't Come Around Here No More. Just incredible. I don't know what's going on in that song, the sitar, the drums, but it's just an incredible piece of work. Southern accents, $38.99. Anthem of the Sun, 50th anniversary, Guns N' Roses. Radiohead is opened but near mint. It's a 2008. Matt, it's a 2008 pressing, $39.99. $39.99. And Boontar passes on U2, so that is sold to Zach Elias for $32. Radiohead is near mint. I can actually show it in if you want to, but yeah, 2LP. It's a 10-inch, of course. 2008 mastering. Very nice. This guy, if it's something fairly new, he took extremely good care of it. So Brian Sanders, you also inquired about that. Matt Kamer has dibs, and these are all bought now or best offer. Marillion is still available. Season's End. This was near mint overall, except for the seam crackle at the top. $34.99 for Marillion. And we have Radiohead, Hail to the Thief. This Radiohead is a 2016 pressing, $29.99. Radiohead, Hail to the Thief. And that's a 2016, $29.99. Nick, Guns N' Roses would be $35. We actually have both of these in stock, and they're $49.99. I marked these sealed $39.99, so if you want it for $35, I would consider that a great deal. We still have the original King Crimson Lizard, extremely clean, original 1970 Phillips press, $44.99. Albert Collins with the Barrel House live. Albert Collins, a 79 Dutch Holland press, $24.99. And Joey Bade, that's $19.99. That's $99.99. A 2018 U.S. first official pressing. First official pressing, $99.99. Love Gun, $33.99. 2014 remastered, new and sealed. Scott Smith wants the Albert Collins, and Chris Dodd, you were a close second. Scott Smith gets Albert Collins. Chris Dodd was second. Boontard said 25 on RH. RH was Radiohead. Now, was that Hail to the Thief? Was that for Hail to the Thief? And Matt offered 33 for Kid A. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and sell Matt Kamer, Kid A, for 33. And if Boontard's offering 35 for Hail to the Thief, we're going to sell it to him. It is. So that's sold for 33 to Matt. That's sold to Boontard for 25. Those are gone. New and sealed, Black Label Society, 1919 Eternal, $38.99. Purple Vinyl, 1919 Eternal, $38.99. XTC Skylarking, $34.99. That's 200 gram XTC, the 1986 classic album, newly recut from the Masters, 200 gram, $34.99. Paul McCartney, Tug of War, that's on blue vinyl, $33.99. Blue vinyl, Tug of War, $33.99. BL, that's probably for Black Label. My best price on this, what did I say, 38? I don't know if those are still available. I used to have bins full of those. Actually, this would be $28.30. 30. Let's do 34 on that. Actually, 34 on that one. Black Label side. Daniel, that's my counter for that one. Texas Flood, 2LP, 45 RPM, $69.99. This is a 2LP, 45 RPM from Analog Productions, $69.99. $69.99 on that. Widespread Panic, limited edition colored vinyl, Space Wrangler, new and sealed, colored vinyl, $34.99. $34.99. And Godspeed You, Black Emperor, that is $19.99. God's P at State's End, that is sealed, $19.99. Let's sell Daniel the Black Label Society for $34, Tanner. And we'll go ahead and sell Paul McCartney to IMJMV for $28. So $34 and $28 on those. Next is Marillion, Holidays in Eden, $24.99. You expecting somebody? Okay. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, $36.99. That's new and sealed, Judas Priest. Dave Matthews Band. Now, this one's actually opened, and it's a 20th anniversary edition, all analog. That is Dave Matthews Band Crash, $29.99. Now, so there's no confusion, everything is sealed. Let me get all those together and do a quick recap. Did Nick Bargeron ever say in or out on Guns N' Roses? I don't think he did. So, sealed records, and there may be more, but right now there's Judas Priest, Marillion, Godspeed You, Widespread Panic, Stevie Ray Vaughan, XTC, Love Gun, Use Your Illusion 2, GNR, Grateful Dead, and Tom Petty. Those are all sealed. I think the rest of the crate is open, but near mint as far as the newer stuff. John Lill offered $24 for Dave Matthews Band. So the new stuff I've already showed was Marillion, King Crimson, Joey. Let's sell John Lill, Dave Matthews for $24. That's sold. Pink Floyd, Endless River, $39.99. $39.99. We're going to sell Kelly Gabney the Godspeed for $15. Sell that to Kelly Gabney for $15. Billy Joel, that's on blue vinyl from Walmart, $19.99, a 50th anniversary edition with a photo insert. That's $19.99. We have Miles Davis, and like I said, this was practically new. I tore off the rest of the perforation strip, so I know it's never been opened. There's no way the jacket could have came out of that bag unless you were a magician. But that's RTI pressing mono, so it is kind of open now, but it's new. I've actually got it labeled as sealed, but I meant to put new. $33.99 mono, pressed at RTI. Toto, 40 Trips Around the Sun, $29.99 for Toto. Scorpions is sealed. This is actually sealed, $29.99. Rock Believer. Rock Believer has never been opened, $29.99. And then some of the other stuff from the Pittsburgh collection. We had William Clark, $19.99. Gene Clark and Carla Olson, that is actually sealed from '87, $34.99. Albert Collins Frostbite, $24.99. Grandma's Roadhouse, $19.99. Steve Young, Renegade Picker, $24.99 for Steve Young, Renegade Picker. The Moonlighters is 1983 UK, $9.99. Chris Dodd offered $20 for this Albert Collins. Sold to Chris Dodd. Chris, you got that one that time. Lake Michigan, the Bob Reedy Chicago Blues Band, 73 US, $16.99. Jim Ringer was sealed, $16.99, Endangered Species. Ron Thompson, $12.99. John Mooney, Telephone King, $16.99. Moonlighters, $12.99. Roger Miller was $14.99. Mark Winter was $14.99. And Cat Stevens, Tell 'Em I'm Gone, sealed, $24.99. That's actually also sealed. The Grateful Dead, that's Anthem of the Sun, 50th Anniversary Remaster, sealed, $29.99. Colton, $29.99. So, Chris Dodd got Albert Collins. Now, actually, that is, except for those last two crates of like putbacks we went through, far as new stuff that we priced tonight, that's all that's left, a half of a crate. And I know we had 4. That's all that's left from 5 crates, that half of a crate. Pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. The show's not over, but I just want to go ahead and say a thank you because these big nights like this is really important to us when we have great stuff and everybody shows up and tunes in and buys a lot. Fantastic, right, Tanner? Ann Addison's here with Sour Patch Kids for me. Probably not. I'm kind of hungry, to be honest. The Grandma record is still here. Actually, we have a couple questions. How much was Marillion? Marillion was $34.99. It was open but near mint, $34.99. Tomorrow's going to be epic. Nothing but like 4 or 5 hours of Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, including on-sale albums, new vinyl. I hope that our Pink Floyd bins are empty. I hope that our Led Zeppelin bins are empty. I really don't want that. That's two of my favorite bands, and we sell a lot of it here in the store, but we do have a lot of back stock, especially Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here, stuff we've had for like 2 years. But we keep ordering them because we have to have them in stock. But tomorrow night, we might actually get wiped out, and then we'll probably have to order more. But we run sales like this to kind of clear out some inventory. So the Grandma record is still here, yes. Grandma's Roadhouse, 1999, the 2010 reissue. Best on Dwayne and Greg Allman. Josh, I'll do $20 even on that. Can you tell me which mentors I got? I know one was called Axed, and you got Axed or something like that. I don't remember the other one, but I'll have to look. They're kind of hard to get to right now, Julian. We got them in crates. There's no one here keying them in, so they're kind of hard to find right now. So. Okay, so at this point, I've done a recap. I've went through new vinyl. I've went through that other stuff, not counting putbacks. And we got 2 crates of those. I'm going to set this one over here in case anybody changes their mind. Oh, it was $19.99. Okay, then I'll do $15 on it then. My bad. I thought it was VG plus $24.99. Sell this to Brian for $14. The Grandma's Roadhouse. Sell that to Brian for $14. And let me find that. It feels like we're about to make a deal with Joshua. And that was on the... He's like, that's no discount, Chad. I thought it was VG plus $24.99. Still got the Bird. There were some great albums in there. The Bird's Greatest Hits and all those. Let's go through another crate of Buy Now Best Offer right quick. Joshua said so. Sell that to Joshua for $15. All right, so let me find a crate to go through. Love Gun is sealed. It's a 2014 remaster, $33.99. Love Gun is sealed. Surprise, that's still in there. Love Gun sealed, $33.99. Okay, we probably have time and enough people for us to go through like one more bin of like recaps where I take offers like that. It'll be stuff maybe we hadn't shown in a week, maybe stuff we hadn't shown in 2 weeks, and I'll entertain very fair offers. So let's do that right now. Let me set this aside. There is new vinyl. That was new vinyl putbacks. I think it's this crate right here I want to go through. Yeah, I was looking at it last night. There's about a half of a crate here. That's also good. If I can get it out. All right. Michael J. Foote wants a Love Gun and an Unplugged. He's getting 2 Kiss records. Let's go through this bin, and I really don't know what's in here, but we're about to find out. And it'll be a Buy It Now Best Offer. And don't hesitate to make offers on these. We are here to sell them. It's late. You're tuned in late. And we're here to sell records. It may be one of the last crates we go through because I got a lot of stuff to get ready for Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin nights. So, and I still don't have a vehicle, so my ride home may actually be leaving sooner than later. Those are sold and sold. I had to call an Uber at almost 6 a.m. this morning. He's like, you're lucky. There's usually nobody in this area this early. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I figured. But there was one right down the road. Okay. We have... Interested in the Turtles. Christopher, you just want to make an offer and I'll sell it to you. I think I have that right here behind me. Let's do some of these Buy It Now Best Offer. We have Dizzy in Grease. Wow, that's a pretty cool record. $49.99. Dizzy Gillespie on Verve. Dizzy Gillespie, Dizzy in Grease. That is Dizzy in Grease from 1957. $49.99. $49.99. Styx, The Grand Illusion. This has the poster with it, $24.99. Original inner sleeve and poster. Styx, The Grand Illusion, $24.99. $24.99. Wow, the Beatles, Hard Day's Night, a 1987 pressing in mono, US, $44.99. That's a US mono pressing, $44.99. Well, off to a great start. Van Halen, Diver Down, also no condition notes. Original inner sleeve, $44.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Diver Down, $44.99. Pull out the cot. I wish I had a cot here. We need a couch. But the whole reason I got rid of the couch and anything comfortable in here is because I used to sleep in here. And I'd be like, if I'm going to sleep, I might as well just go home and come back. Alan Parsons Project, Pyramid, $19.99. These are Buy It Now Best Offer. Dizzy Gillespie, 1945, Something Gold, and 1963, Something New, $19.99. $19.99. We have Glypsiania, another Dizzy Gillespie, $19.99. Also, Don Williams, especially for you, $9.99. The best of Count Basie. The best of Count Basie. $29.99. Got a couple great jazz albums in here. Price info, please. That's on the Turtles. That was the... Let me find that. That was in the same bin with the Dwayne Allman, huh? I bet I can find it. I remember it was EX $27.99. Just let me see if I can locate it now. It's called The Turtles, It Ain't Me, Babe, Like a Rolling Stone, Love Minus Zero, Eva Destruction, and others. EX condition, $27.99, and that's on the original White Whale label. Couch, hey, that's a great idea. We do have a fireplace in here now we can get to, so couch, a little bit of a lounge for customers, a turntable where you can listen to music. Sounds like a great idea. I'm about to move my speakers over here where we can actually, we can put stuff over there for sale and put stuff over here on the speakers like we did have it originally. So, Dizzy Gillespie, this is sold to Jetstream. And we have Arthur Wyman, $40 on Van Halen. That's sold to Arthur Wyman. Arthur, sold to you. That was a nice looking copy. Jetstream got Dizzy. Arthur got Van Halen. And we have KC and the Sunshine Band, $19.99. Shake, 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 shake your booties on here, $19.99. That is KC and the Sunshine Band, one of his original albums. Wow, Boston, $34.99. The Debut, Boston, $34.99. That's on the original label too. More Than a Feeling, $34.99 for Boston. George Benson, In Your Eyes, $12.99 for Benson. Gordon Bach, $14.99. That's on Verve Folkways. Al Jarreau, $9.99 for Al Jarreau. Al Jarreau High Crime, $9.99 for High Crime. The Best of Zoot Sims, $14.99. Best of Zoot Sims. Art Tatum, Beanie Carter, and Louis Belson, $14.99. Several jazz albums in here. Non-Dairy Creamer. Looks like a compilation, I bet, from Warner Brothers, $14.99. Non-Dairy Creamer, the king of Warner Brothers. The king of comps, Warner Brothers. This has Little Feat on it. Peter Green's on here. Tony Joe White, Curved Air, $14.99. Jetstream said he'd give $12 for Art. Sold to Jetstream, $12. Next is Thad Jones and Mel Lewis, Consummation. Consummation, that is $19.99. Blue Note label. The Beatles, wow, Please Please Me, a 76 UK copy, $49.99. Usually something missing from a lot of people's collection. A UK only release. This was not released in the United States. Please Please Me, $49.99. So if y'all noticed, I was watching one of my favorite YouTube channels, which is Parlogram, and he was talking about, you know, there is no new sealed. Y'all know the Beatles albums like Beatles 6, Meet the Beatles, Something New by the Beatles. If you've noticed, there's no new sealed copies of those. There's no new sealed copies of those because they're capital. And the Beatles catalog is only really available as the UK releases. And he was hinting like maybe there's a rumor they're going to reissue the capital Beatles catalog, which has never been done before on new like sealed vinyl. So that'd be pretty interesting because that is true. There is no sealed new copy of Meet the Beatles. It's the UK version. It's Please Please Me and With the Beatles. So a lot of people had those albums originally and they're very nostalgic and they may want new remastered copies. So Gil Evans, but as you see, both of these are Parlophone. These are EMI. These were not released in the States like this. These are UK only. So Gil Evans, this is, what do we have here? This is $19.99. Gil Evans, what does that say? Sevjali. Gil Evans, that is $19.99. These are all bought now, best offer. Clapton Unplugged is $44.99. It's new and sealed. The best-selling live album of all time. Unplugged, $44.99. Art Farmer, Homecoming, $19.99. Art Farmer, Homecoming. Joe Farrell, Outback with Elvin Jones, Chick Corea, and Buster Williams, $24.99. John McLaughlin, Music Spoken Here, that is $14.99. Jetstream's going to take the Clapton Unplugged. That's sold to Jetstream at Sticker, new LP. Club 69, drama featuring Kim Cooper. Looks like some kind of drama. Danny Tingalia and Junior Vasquez. Some kind of DJ 12-inch single from 1997. I don't know a lot about that. It's $19.99. Charlie Daniels, one of his earlier albums here, Way Down Yonder. Very cool. Has the, looks like the whiskey bottle on the front. The Jack Daniels whiskey bottle, $24.99. Charlie Daniels, Way Down Yonder. Deep Purple, made in Japan. This does have some water damage on the cover, $34.99, but that's a 2LP Deep Purple, made in Japan. Warner Brothers label, $34.99. The Al Jarreau album, there's actually only one, I think. This one is self-titled. It's called Jarreau, $9.99. I don't think there was another one in here. Oh, there is. High Crime. High Crime is the other one, $9.99. Black Rose, Boys Will Be Boys, sealed, unopened, $24.99. Judy Garland, the ABC collection, also known as, usually a greatest hits, Judy Garland, $9.99. First Mediations for Quartet, John Coltrane, from 1977, $49.99. John Coltrane, First Mediations for Quartet, $49.99. Juice Newton, Dirty Looks. Juice Newton is $9.99. Peter Frampton, I'm In You. That's in shrink wrap, $19.99. Peter Frampton. Bob Welch, French Kiss, $14.99 for Bob Welch. Time for Tyner, McCoy Tyner. That's a 1973 pressing, $39.99. McCoy Tyner, Time for Tyner, $39.99. The Best of Ella Fitzgerald, Volume 2. The Best of Ella, $24.99. Frank Zappa, Burnt Weenie Sandwich, $39.99 for the Mothers of Invention with Frank Zappa, $39.99. Jethro Tull, A Passion Play, $19.99 for Tull. Paul Chambers and John Coltrane, High Step, $39.99. And David Bowie, Diamond Dogs, a 1980 Canadian pressing, $39.99. Wow, very nice vinyl, Diamond Dogs. Okay, so Colton, Grateful Dead. So tomorrow night's Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, and then Friday night and Saturday night, I really hadn't made an announcement on what kind of records we're going to do, but Saturday night we might have some kind of theme night. It's not going to be Grateful Dead. We could probably do some Grateful Dead albums on Tuesday, next Tuesday, and then next Thursday is Stones. But that leaves like Monday and Wednesday and Fridays and Saturdays. Usually those nights we do all kinds of different stuff. We just have, we don't have enough maybe to do a whole night of a featured artist on auction, but we'll have some very interesting records. I know there's a lot of Genesis bootlegs back there, Peter Gabriel, Jimi Hendrix, so some of those on that. Okay, Ella Fitzgerald, $20, sell that to Michael Nath. And the comp, you're referring to the comp right here that was called Non-Dairy Creamer. That was $14.99, Randy Davis. Non-Dairy Creamer, $14.99. Does anybody else want to make an offer on anything in this bin? That was the last crate of the night, so I'll go ahead and start saying my thank yous and good nights. Last call on anything in there. I'm going to start getting ready for tomorrow night's sale. Tanner's over here warming up food, which is also making me extremely hungry because I've only had a sandwich today, and that was kind of breakfast for me, which wasn't too long ago, but I'm hungry. Randy Davis, I'm going to sell this to you for $10. Anybody else want to make an offer? Let me go through a couple of the I can't believe these didn't sell. First, there's a lot of jazz albums. The Styx albums is in there. What else was in here? We still got the David Bowie. We have 2 Coltrane albums. That's unheard of, not even getting offers. Paul Chambers and John Coltrane in First Mediations. Let's see here. Art Farmer, $14. There's David. I was about to say, I wonder if David Hoy is watching. He's one of our many jazz buyers. And he said Art Farmer, $14. Let me find that. Make sure it's the right one. Also, if anybody wants to make an offer on those Jarreau albums, Art Farmer, that's Homecoming. Sell that to David Hoy, $14. I'm easy to work with on these. The 2 Beatles albums, Vaughn, The Hard Day's Night is $44.99. And Please Please Me is $49.99. $44 and $49.99. They're both near mint. Hard Day's Night's in mono. Please Please Me in stereo. Did you get my Al Jarreau? I didn't. Did you want those? Oh, he did. Scott Drum wants Al Jarreau self-titled. I missed those. He did want it. Scott Drum got Al Jarreau self-titled. Back down to the bottom. Let's see. America and Charlie Daniels info. America. I don't know if there's an America album in here. I know there's Charlie Daniels, Way Down Yonder. That's an original on the Buddha or Kama Sutra label. $24.99, no condition notes on that. Next was, do you still have the overstock? Yes, Derek, I saw your comment. There's a couple people who commented on that sale post well after we did invoicing, and I haven't went back and pulled those for those people. There's some people who wanted the warrant albums and stuff like that. Derek, if you want one each of the warrants for the on-sale price, I can do that. 34, 29, and 29. Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, Cherry Pie, and Dog Eat Dog. So let me know on that. The next comment was the America and Charlie Daniels McCoy Tyner JMV, IMJMV on McCoy Tyner, $18. Let me figure out which one that was. That was this one right here, Tyner Time. Derek Mandachek. This McCoy Tyner was $39.99, unless there's another one in here. I can't do 18 on that one. That was time for Tyner. Was there another McCoy Tyner in here you're offering $18 for? Let me see here. If there's another one, we might can talk. But that one was marked $39.99, so I can't do 18 on that one. Okay, the Taiwan press was earlier. That was a Taiwan press, VG plus $24.99. Derek wants all three of the Americas. We'll pull those. Tanner wrote that down. Christopher said he'd give 18 for the Charlie Daniels. That is sold to Christopher Brusha for $18 and 25 on this. Let's see here. 1973. It does have a clip corner. Very nice. Make it 28 and I'll sell it to you. Great deal. 28. Few more dollars, and that's going to be a late night discount. 25 on Tom Petty. The best price on Tom Petty would be $35. $35. Christopher said he'd give 18 for America too. Let me just find it. I think and hope it's right here where I can get to it. If not, I'll have to do a little bit of hunting, but I think it's right here. Yep. Sell this to Christopher also for $18. That was a great deal at 28. I may have spoke too soon on that one, but it's too late. That's sold to IMJMV for 28. That was a big discount. Nicholas Tom Petty, that was $38.99 and that was new. So yeah, best price on that's $35. The wholesale cost on those would be probably more than $25 if I had to order another one. So and then price on Diamond Dogs. Boontar, this is a 1980 Canadian pressing, $39.99. $39.99. Diamond Dogs, extremely nice vinyl. Also, Joe Farrell, what was the condition on Joe Farrell? That was right back here, maybe not. Let's see here. Oh, also somebody asked about Deep Purple. I saw that pop up too. Somebody asked about Deep Purple. Where is that? Brian Arrigo, Deep Purple info. $34.99. This is made in Japan, their classic live album. It's on the Warner Brothers Oasis label. It looks like it has some water damage down here, just really more of like a texture thing than a visual thing. You really can't see it, but you can feel it. And that is $34.99. Very desirable live Deep Purple album. Next was, what are we still looking for? Joe Farrell is what I was looking for. Or did I already say that? I don't think so. Got too much going on. Plus now I'm thinking about food, so it's pretty much over. Joe Farrell, no condition notes. The cover looks like about VG. Looks like there's noticeable cover wear where it was a black cover. Elvin Jones and Chick Corea. Very nice vinyl though. $24.99. David Hoy. So the vinyl's nice and clean. No notes. The cover's around VG. Also, whoever asked about Turtles, it's still available. I had it marked for $27.99 if you want to make an offer on that. And then Vaughn Schoenfield, if you're interested in the Beatles, let me know as well. If not, I'm going to be saying now, once again, the final goodbyes. I go ahead and do it once, and then there's usually a flurry of comments, and then we do it again. So, final call on that. Joe Farrell, $18 to David Hoy. Sold. $18, David Hoy. I almost walked around to the back of the computer. All right. That's sold to David Hoy for $18. Scott said he'd get $5 for the other Al Jarreau. If you want Al Jarreau, I will sell it to you. $5, and that was High Crimes. High Crime. That's sold to Scott for $5. And the other comment was Ian Moore 18, Ariel Speedwagon 25, Sticks Japanese Paradise 30. Wow, that's a lot. So Ian Moore $18. Where was that at? That was in this crate. That was sealed. it was right here. That's sold. So this is sold to Chris Dodd for $18. We're going to sell him the sticks for $30. And I just got to find REO Speedwagon. All right, so those are sold and sold. And now the other one there in the middle was REO Speedwagon 25. I feel like that was very close as well. Should be very close right here. Yeah, it's pretty much right next door. $5 off on that. Sure thing. Chris came in late with a threefer. Ian Moore 18 sold. REO Speedwagon 25 sold. And Sticks 30 sold. Anybody else? I'll stay around here all night and do this. Addison just rolled her eyes at me. That's not the spirit. She said y'all need to sleep and go to bed. Well, if they're watching out in California, it's like 5 o'clock out there, so. Or if they're in Hawaii, it's like the morning. They're just getting started, right, Tanner? Tanner's got a hurt back. He might be out of commission for a while. Tanner says he is hungry as well. I'm very hungry. I'll just make sure nobody other comments came through. So glad we went back through that crate. We wiped out, as you can see, about half of it. So I can condense that with another one, and we have a much-needed crate emptied. So, all right, tomorrow, Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. And like I always say, that doesn't mean we're going to have just Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd albums. We're going to have other stuff as well. New vinyl, new vintage stuff, and we'll have other auctions as well. That way, because sometimes instead of being one Zeppelin or Pink Floyd after another, we may throw in something else, especially Japanese stuff. So thanks, everybody. Good night. I'm going to find food. I don't think I actually have anything here. I know I have dessert. Mom made a pie. She made cherry delight. She made muffins. So she's got cherry delight, muffins, and pie for me, but I don't think I actually have any real food here. So hello, Whataburger. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have a vehicle. Oh, my gosh. Hello, DoorDash. Okay, thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.